listeners and readers of AwardsWatch.com. This is the Awards Watch Podcast, episode 319. I am your executive editor, Ryan McQuade, and joining me today is Mark Johnson.
Hi, everybody.
Is Josh Parham.
Hello, hello.
And Dan Bayer.
Quo vadis, Ryan?
Aida. We are here to talk about the last Oscar retrospective of the year. Sorry we weren't here last week to do that for 2010. We just had too much going on. There's too much stuff in the award season already going on. Too many nominations in general. We'll have more about that here in the coming weeks before, everything's all settled within that. But we like to, as tradition, go back to, the first, usually the last anniversary of the year, right, Josh? How would you describe it? We go back at least 5 years.
Yeah, it's every 5-year intervals, and usually the last retrospective is the most recent of those 5 years. So
I'm not with coffee just yet in my system, so Josh is going to clarify some things to not make me sound like an idiot this morning. But we're going back to maybe the greatest telecast of all time. To one that defied the logic. Yeah, Mark. Wow,
You're
Mark
going there. Okay.
My camera.
Your camera just zoomed in. It was like I don't know. The listeners will never see this, but Mark's camera just zoomed in like it was like a painful. Like it was Jeremiah Johnson, and he just zoomed in on his face. He did
Steven
the nod.
Soderbergh secretly directing Mark's.
I know.
Here.
Very Bakula-esque
right
right there. I don't know what was going on. Anyway, yes, the greatest telecast of all time. This was the year that Nomadland won Best Picture. This was 5 years ago. It was the COVID year. It was the year that we were all stuck inside. We were all hanging out on Zooms. That's when Dan, Josh, and Mark and myself, we all got closer that year because we all talked on Zooms because we didn't have a choice. And Frances McDormand and Chloé Zhao, they dominated the whole season. It wasn't really even a conversation. There wasn't any campaigning. There wasn't any backstabbing. We just all had to watch the movies and do the whole thing. And then, speaking of Steven Soderbergh, they asked him to produce this show, and boy did he! He did a job. Anyway, Josh, 5 years ago. It's going to be a redundant question, but where were you at, Josh?
Yeah, I was at home with everybody else. That's where I was. Yeah. The year itself, not very good. Most of us would not want to return to that headspace. I grant you.
Who the hell would want to? Honestly, if you asked them that question, who the hell would want to go back to being isolated inside, away from your loved ones and the world, and not going to a movie theater?
I mean, I can think of some miserable people that probably would apply to, but
yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
Not for me. But I will say this. I actually do think there are good movies that came out during this year. Some of them you had to kind of dig for, and I grant you, but I actually did really like a lot of movies that came out this year. And especially with this Oscars, what I find is there's a lot of stuff that would not have gotten the recognition that they deserved had most of the bigger titles not exited. And I always find that to be interesting. These acting categories have a lot of people of color in them. I don't know if that would have happened if we had bigger movies here, to be honest. So I think that missing those bigger titles, yes, is a shame, but I think it gave us an opportunity to look for some smaller gems that I really do appreciate that we rarely see out of the Oscars. So I do think there's sort of a take the good and take the bad here with this group.
I'm with you there, Josh, because I think that there's a lot of conversation about that. It was forced. I think it was kind of forced upon us to be able to watch these things. I think, though, from when I've had conversations with people, unsurprisingly, there was some of the lowest voting because of the fact that people weren't engaged. I mean, a lot of this stuff is sort of copied and paste the winners from BAFTA that year. But it didn't mean that the nominations weren't interesting or weren't inspired in some categories. But of course, Josh, we're here to improve them today. Dan, thoughts on Nomadland? and how it stood 5 years later.
Next question, please.
Answer
I'm
the
not
question,
alone.
Daniel.
No, so I was lucky enough to have gotten to cover the Toronto International Film Festival this year from home, which was an interesting experience. But I did get to see Nomadland as part of that, and I remember people being very excited for this movie, and people were very excited by it. I was not one of those people.
Okay.
I think it's a very I think it's a very good movie. I like it, but it is a movie that I never was able to cross the territory over into loving it or thinking it was one of the best or even one of my favorites of the year. I think I don't know. There's something about it that always keeps me at a remove from it. And I think that that works for the film in a lot of ways, but does not in the last act when it does want you to get emotional about things. I don't quite get there. I feel a little tingle in my heart, and that's about it.
Mm.
But I think it's great actually that such a small, intimate film won the Best Picture prize this year, that we got Chloé Zhao Best Director prize, the second woman, finally.
Yeah, they
You
gave it
know,
to her in the
like,
first hour of the telecast.
well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about the telecast because woo,
I think
what a
it's
movie.
I think it's a good
But
time to talk about it. Mark, we know on this podcast you're not the biggest fan of Nomadland or Frances McDormand. You shared your thoughts on that in the actress tier episode a couple of months ago.
It's all about It's all about strategy when you play that actress game.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
be
It
real,
was,
though.
but
Okay.
you
Okay.
still
Okay.
you still had thoughts. So it
I
didn't.
do.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
being an Oscar, you've been around as long as Eric has in this whole thing, in terms of you were there for the first telecast and all. Mark,
Yeah,
what
we're
what
old.
did what did you think of the telecast, Mark? Did you think
Oh,
5 years later
yeah.
that it is still? I know we were joking and everything, but it is truly one of the worst telecasts I think I've ever watched, and I don't think that you can just blame COVID. I think that there were a lot of mistakes that Soderbergh tried to make,
Yeah.
but ultimately it just failed.
Yeah. I think it's a good mix of both COVID situation, because we were lucky to even have an Oscar ceremony.
Correct.
I think,
Mm-hmm.
but there were definitely some odd choices, including, like you mentioned, director being so early and ending it with actor, which I think they were hoping would go a different direction and end on that note, and instead
Mm-hmm.
it ended on a kind of note. So,
And then on exactly what
yeah.
happens when you tried to manipulate the Oscars to be what you want it to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and
never
then
a-
having no host once again, which is actually, and I
Mm,
said it in the year and I'll say it now.
yeah.
Everyone kind of needed a laugh and or something, and
Yeah.
or someone to guide us through this shitty experience that we've all been through. And they didn't get a host, and this hostless era was such a stupid idea by the Academy, and more so this year, just because, like, listen, Re- who was it? Regina King walking out at the beginning with
Yeah.
the Oscar and everything.
Yeah.
That was cool, but it
She should have been the host.
once she got up
honestly.
there, everything like the camera, her walking up, I was like, oh wow, this is kind of promising. This is kind of cool. And then she kind of did a speech, and then it kind of kept going and going, and I was just like, oh god, they like, and it was immediate that we knew that this was going to be a rough night. It wasn't like, oh, wait until hour two and then it turned. Like it was pretty immediate, right, Josh?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I will say about this ceremony, though, is it is unprecedented to put on an Oscars during a pandemic.
It really is.
So, like, yes, there are very bad decisions that were made there that I wouldn't blame necessarily on the pandemic either. But as a show, the fact that we had anything to watch at all, I was grateful for because, like, I could not handle another Zoom award show. Those were just awful, awful. And the fact we got something, I was grateful for. Yes, there are things I would not have done, but for the very big challenges that they had, I liked that we got something that resembled a traditional award show in that environment anyway.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dan,
Yeah.
as tradition here, we talk about the below the line categories
Hmm.
before we talk about the top 8. Start making our changes. Is there a category here from the below the line categories that you want to highlight, Dan, before we get
Hell
going?
yes, there is.
There we go.
Ryan.
All right. What is it? What's the category?
Best film editing.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
You had The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Sound of Metal wins, and like you're not ever going to hear me complain about that
Mhm.
because Sound of Metal is an incredible movie and it deserved whatever Oscars it could have get. I would have voted for The Father, but that's just me. I think the editing in that movie is like a magic trick. It's kind of incredible, locking you into the perspective of the character in some ways that I don't think I've seen editing really used before. I think that film is brilliant. And I love this category because of it has like each one of these films represents a kind of different style of editing. You have The Father, which is kind of surrealistic. Sound of Metal is lots of hard and fast cuts. You have Nomadland that is very placid and almost dreamlike. Promising Young Woman that's like lots of super precise scenes that just fly back and forth. And then you have Trial of the Chicago 7. So, you know, it's it's even that like, and I say that, but like I think Trial of the Chicago 7 actually is well edited and really well paced for what it is. And yeah, we could have had other things here. We could have had Tenet here. We could have had, I don't know, maybe Judas and the Black Messiah here, or one of the animated films,
Or when we're going to talk about, or we could have had Defy Bloods, which
could
is
have
like,
had Defy Blood,
which is a movie that should have been all over the damn
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, I
We'll talk
mean
about
something
it.
that
Yeah.
could be said for
Thank you,
every
Josh.
Spike Lee movie, frankly.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, that man makes movies unlike anybody else.
Yeah.
I love that. Mark, is there a below the line category you want to highlight from this year that you love so much?
No, I was just looking through them, and there really isn't. I guess my issue with that ceremony really wasn't below the line. There's not
Okay.
a lot of categories from like that's egregious or whatnot. You know, if you're asking me if I would change one, I
No,
might
I'm just
say
saying
sound.
that do you like anything in these? Like any wins from below the line? Any of them that are cool to you? One win? Not even one win?
I like the score from Soul winning. I think that was a good choice.
Okay.
Reznor and Atticus and John Batiste
All
getting
right.
an Oscar.
All right, cool. Yeah. Or as Tracy Morgan called it on the Golden Globes, Sal, which I'll never be able to not hear
Oh
in
my
my head.
God.
I wanted it as my ringtone. See, it made me laugh during the pandemic, and that's what
Actually,
that's what we needed.
There is one that I really do love, and I think it was a very unpopular win, but it was my favorite documentary of the year. Is My Octopus Teacher.
I was gonna say you're a
I
fucking
love that you
octopus
mentioned that.
person, aren't you?
I did.
Aren't
I got
you,
to
Mark?
interview. I don't do too many interviews, but I got to interview Pippa Ehrlich, the director, and she was so sweet and easy to talk to.
I
And
think that says a
my
lot about
kids,
Mark.
my kid, well, and my kids loved it. My younger son was at least at the time was huge into animals and whatnot, so he was fascinated by it. So that was probably my favorite win on the entire night.
That was one of the craziest wins that they all just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
coalesced around. Like it made
Yeah.
no fucking sense, and then it did.
Well,
And then
until
it,
yeah, until it did.
Definitely
Like
until it did. It was just like, do you guys just miss animals? Like it was like in my head, I was like,
This is a
did you
sweet
fall?
story.
Did you
Yeah.
fall? Is it? I mean, like
It is
it's
such a pandemic era
that man wanted to.
for that to happen
Well,
because
that
like,
man wanted to
movie-
be with that octopus. You know what I mean?
that movie was out on Netflix. No one cared about that movie. And then it started getting all these awards nominations and
Yeah.
winning. And suddenly it was like, oh, really? This?
Yeah.
And
That was
But
octopus-
it's
so wild.
sweet and so cute. It's hard to be against.
No,
that
I get
movie,
it.
think.
I understand
Like,
why it won, but it's like
yeah.
that
Very
it really
weird.
did kind of came out of nowhere and just built so much buzz and love in a very short amount of time. It was very weird to see one of the most like organic Oscar like campaigns happening right in front of us. That
And
was
in
weird.
documentary feature of all
Yeah.
categories. Like that's not a
Right.
category where that sort
Right.
of thing happens.
Kinda. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that guy and his octopus are happy, like in a shack in Nantucket. It gave off some. I'm telling you, it gave off some. What are we doing here, vibes? Like, what are we doing?
It's my octopus teacher, not my octopus lover, Ryan.
Well, I could have fooled me. Josh, you're below the line category.
Well, looking at this year, I really don't think I can talk about anything else below the line except best cinematography
There you go.
because
Oh, here we go. Oh, here
yeah,
we
I
go.
know. I'm sorry.
Do it,
damn
Ryan.
Josh.
it.
Do it.
God
Do it.
damn
sorry.
it! I
Because-
forgot about this.
Yeah,
Ugh.
because one, I do love Nomadland, and I love the way that it looks, and I think the cinematography in that film is gorgeous. And I was completely prepared for it to lose to Mank. I really was. And then Nomadland won so many precursors that it made me believe that it was going to happen. And when they gave it to Mank, I was very, very disappointed. Not just because I was rooting for Nomadland, but I have actual problems with the cinematography of Mank. I think that for as many technical aspects of that movie that are worthy to celebrate, I think the cinematography is not one of them. I think it is actively going against many of the things that are trying to be period specific in that film, and I found it to be annoying and distracting, and I don't like the way that that movie looks actually. So yes, it is not just the fact that my favorite lost, but it lost to a movie that I don't think has actually good cinematography in it.
But you know
Ironically,
what,
that's-
Josh? You could at least console Joshua James Richards afterwards, which
I know.
this pretty nice perk.
Mark,
Silver lining.
What were you gonna say?
know.
Ironically, that was the one award I was rooting for Nomadland
Oh, for-
to win.
oh,
Was
okay.
cinematography, so,
Mm.
yeah.
I got you all beat because, like, even though yes, I don't think Messerschmitt's win is egregious, like Josh does,
No,
which is
I
fine.
don't
We
know.
agree to disagree on the show sometimes. He wasn't the person I was rooting for in the category. I wanted Sean Bobbitt to win for Judas and the Black Messiah.
They won too.
And Bobbitt's one of the great cinematographers that we have. If you haven't seen Head of this year, you should go ahead and do that.
God,
And,
yes.
and I've seen The Bone Temple, and holy shit, like that man should get nominated for an Oscar again next year. So, yeah, and also his work in Widows, unmatched.
Oh, yeah.
like he's
Great
Well,
DP.
it is.
great
Yep.
DP. So I'm gonna go with one of the categories on the night that I was so happy about, not because of the other nominees, just because like it was the only realistic choice that could have given the Oscars credibility that year. And it is during the pandemic. One of the only time I did go to the movie theater
Yeah, I knew you were going to talk about this.
was to go to an IMAX
Yeah.
screening
Yeah.
with nobody in front of me in the row and nobody behind me in the row to see Christopher Nolan's Tenet. And best visual effects went to the only film really that could have won that category. Like The Midnight Sky, get the fuck out of here. Like
Midnight
Mulan,
Sky
no
did win
thank
the
you.
Guild. It
I
did.
know, but get outta
Did
here.
somehow.
The one
That's
and
'cause
only
Warner Bros.
Ivan.
didn't send screeners. That's
Because
why.
we're all talking about the one and only Ivan after all these years. Anyway, I think that when I watch that film, it is such a great visual wonder. It's so like the special effects are out of control for that movie, and I think that even though he was defiant, it did make a good chunk of change. It probably would have made more if we were in a real year, but Tenet was a great experience. in the theater, and then I went and I wore a mask the whole time, and I went in the car, still had the mask on, went home, and I like essentially I like washed the whole outfit. I took a shower, put on brand new clothes and everything. I was like, I'm not risking it. But but my wife was in the other room until I was like essentially like had my Silkwood shower, you know what I mean? And then she went, "How was the movie?" I said it was really good. And then I took her 2 days later and we went to the drive-in and watched it out there. So gotta say this, drive-in movie theaters, so important during the time period of this era.
Yeah.
We're really great, showing a lot of old films. Obviously, you got Tenet, we got Wonder Woman sequel, but still, there was our theaters were open the entire time. They had their system. A lot of that system was used throughout the rest of the country. That was questionable at best. Mark and I were for a brief period at Award Circuit. I wrote a whole article about the theater going experience
I
during
remember
the
that. Yeah.
pandemic, and which was once again a truly terrifying experience, which is crazy because it's one of our favorite places to go. All of us is to the movies, and for it to sort of be like, hey, you can get sick at any point, it's terrifying. So, but I wanted to highlight Tenet. Tenet's such an interesting film that I think we'll talk about later throughout the episode. So, for any of y'all that don't know, Mark, this is your first retrospective, I believe, right?
It is. Yeah.
Well, Mark, since it's your first retrospective, I'll explain the rules, not just for our listeners out there, but for you as well. So we're going to go through the shoulda, woulda, coulda game, which is we're going to go through the top 8 categories here at the Academy Awards. What we're going to do is for every other category except Best Picture, we have up to 2 replacements. We can replace 2 in the category. Once we do that, we revote and we re-give out the winners. Okay? For Best Picture, what is this, Josh? It is a 2, 4.
It's 8
Six,
movies.
8.
I believe,
So we can replace up to 4. That's the rule, right? Is that we can replace up to 4 in Best Picture. We do still have the Oppenheimer. We still have the bomb. We can use on a category. Mark, you can't use them on all of them. It is a one-time deal that you can use it on. I know, Mark. I know you would want to blow up this whole year and give it a whatever AARP awards that you can give it out to. But
that's right.
we only have one of these available, and we've been good kids. We've been waiting all year, just like for Santa Claus to come down the the chimney. We've been waiting to use this bomb pick. And Josh, do you have a feeling we're going to use it today?
There's one category maybe for me.
Maybe.
We'll see. There's a nominee there that I think might be worth saving.
Okay.
Do we all have to agree on that, or how does that work?
The majority pretty much has to agree on it. And I think majority, I mean, to use the bomb pick, I think we all kind of have to more or less agree on that.
Yeah, I do think it has to be sort of a unanimous decision because you're eliminating an entire category.
Yeah,
so.
it's not like you're just like, I want to do it, and whatnot. So
nobody's Harry Truman here. We all got to agree on it.
Yeah, this is still a democracy, even
for
for now, before Josh takes over this show. Anyway, speaking of Josh, I'm going to go right to you. Can you read out the nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay?
Best Adapted Screenplay. We have The Father, which was the winner. Borat's subsequent movie film. Nomadland, One Night in Miami, and The White Tiger.
A movie we all talk about. The White Tiger.
All the time.
It's a good movie, though. I do like that.
It was fine.
Good,
it was fine. But I'm just saying, like, even in this year, movies from the pandemic, we do not talk about that movie at all. It is insane how we just don't talk about it.
Does Ramin Bahari get an Oscar nomination if it's not this year? I mean, I think him being an Oscar nominee is pretty cool.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So good for them. They would be on the chopping block for me.
And well, yeah, it would be that in Borat.
I was going to say Borat probably too.
Because it's like barely written.
Well, it's got what, like 900 screenwriters? And is it one, two,
Yeah.
It's an insane amount.
I think it
Yeah.
was like 9 or something like that.
eight,
Yeah.
8 nominees? That's not saying anything mean about, having multiple screenwriters.
No.
We awarded Toy Story a couple weeks ago, and that had like 6. So that's got nothing to do with it. It for this one though. It ain't Toy Story. Let's just say that. I would vote out the White Tiger and Borat's subsequent movie film. Mark, you got any preference?
As far as what to vote out, or as far
Yeah.
as what to replace?
The
I
vote
agree.
out.
I agree with you with Borat and White Tiger seem like the obvious
Okay.
choices.
Dan?
I would agree.
All right. They're out. That was wow. Okay. Maybe we might be having a very
Very easy.
efficient episode today. All right. What do we want to replace it with?
My big
Hard-
pony in this
What's
race
the hard part?
is I'm thinking of Ending Things.
That was what I was going to throw up there.
That screenplay is kind of brilliant.
That's a really great pick. Mark?
First Cow. Oh, I was going to say that one.
Josh with
yeah.
First Cow. Okay.
That's a good one.
Love Kelly Reichardt.
Mark, what are you going to say?
I don't really have. I'm trying to find what was adapted that year, and I'm having a hard time finding ones that I like.
You didn't come prepared?
No, well, I didn't know the rules.
God damn it.
So I
And you didn't ask. Yeah,
No,
so
I
you
didn't.
should
I
know
just-
better.
I thought we were just talking about it.
No, we don't just do
so
that.
no,
We
I
play
don't-
games
I don't-
here.
I don't have a replacement. At the
This is
moment.
serious business, Marcus.
Well, you're just
all
sort of a passenger on this ride anyway. 'Cause you don't love the movies.
Right. Pretty much.
Mark's just
I'll
going to
have
be like that movie? Nah, fuck it. No.
I'll have
You're like the Academy
replacements
voters. You just
together.
sort of check down and go whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Say Emma, come on.
I had my kids vote.
Yeah.
Does, well, I guess it does count. The Invisible Man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
would be
think that does
adapted.
count.
It does
Yeah, that would
count.
count.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
did
Was-
technically say H.G. Wells's. So I would throw that up there.
Yeah.
Was News of the World adapted by any chance?
Yes.
You
Yes,
would
it
fucking-
was.
You would fucking
I'd probably
love
go.
News of
I'd
the
probably go
World.
that way. I did like News. I didn't
I-
love it, but I liked it.
It's
That's
good.
probably my highest.
It's
that's probably my
dadcore
highest
to its
film.
finest.
Yes.
For sure.
It's
not,
it's.
listen,
Oh, sorry.
it's
Go,
not
Mark.
it's not in my top 20 of the year. It actually was my 21, but I liked it, and I think it's a good screenplay.
It was the movie that made Eric Anderson put The Lost Bus in his best picture predictions in August over one battle after another was News of the World. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So we're all going to remember that moment in history and time. Any other films that you guys want to throw out here?
Emma, I think, is a really
Emma.
good adaptation of that.
Okay.
Emma, period.
Emma. Period.
Not
Exactly. Like, end of story right there. Okay. Josh, anything else we're missing?
No, I think those are the big ones.
I gotta say,
Adapted.
kind of a rough year for
Yeah,
not
for
like
adapted,
rough.
yeah.
It was just a thin crop. That's why that's why I think the White Tiger got in. You know,
right. That
No.
might be the case.
I don't
mean-
deny that, but
I mean,
I still think it's a nice
I know.
nomination.
again,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything against the nomination. I'm just saying, kind of a rough year. And as is the case for some years in other categories, like some years it's rough in original. Okay, so I'm thinking of Ending Things. Dan was what I was going to bring up. Like that's what a playful, great screenplay. And from Kaufman there. So I would consider that. And then Josh mentioned First Cow, which I love.
Beautiful movie.
Beautiful movie. So I'd be
I'm good with those two.
willing to do that
Those two would be
And-
mine too, I think. Yeah.
and move on before Mark says anything.
That's right. Three out of 4 gets it.
There you go. All right. So we have The Father. We have Nomadland. One Night in Miami. I'm thinking of anything's in First Cow. Mark, of those films, what would you give the Oscar to?
Oh, for screenplay, I'd probably go The Father.
The
I think
Father.
they got the right winner.
You think they got the right one?
there.
Okay. All right. Josh Parham.
I am also sticking with The Father. That was probably my favorite win of the night, honestly, because I love that film, and it was a little touch and go as to whether or not it was going to pull off that victory, I remember, and I was very happy that it won because I love that film.
I did not get that one right. I'm pretty sure I predicted No Man
No
Land
Man
that
Land?
year.
All right.
Yeah.
Mark, you don't have to tell everybody that you got stuff wrong. We just try to make sure that they assume that
I'm
you
like,
actually are good at your job, you know.
listen, I got my octopus teacher right. I
Listen,
missed
it's
screenplay
5 years later. There's probably no record where we could find it. You could fib a bit if you wanted to, Mark, but you didn't.
Nah,
And I
nah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah.
what's your
Like
winner?
it's easily The Father for me. Yeah.
I think it's The Father. It's been, but that's what's going to win. But if I get to vote on something else, and we made it a nominee, I'm gonna vote for First Cow because I think that movie is incredible, and I love Kelly Reichardt. Mark, get out of here. Um, and I think that screenplay is just impeccably. It's one of her best, and so I know The Father's winning. You guys all love Florian Zeller. You all love The Son. So he
The,
keeps his
the
Oscar.
Son was not up for nomination in this
Yes.
category, just
We're-
The Father.
we're talking about
Thank you
one
very
Can I
movie.
ask all three of you, how many of you were like myself, and because of The Father, when The Son we were in the August phase of that year, how many of y'all put The Son in your categories?
Oh, it was across the board. Yeah.
Like across the
Yeah.
board, like this is getting in. Like, how much did y'all double? Like, we're like,
Of
this guy's
course.
got the juice.
Well, I did figure some things, but having known the play, it was near the bottom of my picture and screenplay categories. But I
Yeah,
thought
you're smart.
Jackman and a bunch of other things would get nominated from it.
Okay.
I remember having Hugh pretty high. I don't remember the rest, and I know that once we all saw it, it was like, oh no,
We were like,
that's coming out. Yeah.
Great
So,
story
the Hugh
about-
I remember having high.
Mark and I think we were at Middleburg that year, and I had to interview. Or wait, Mark, you weren't there. No. You were
Not
you
in
were,
2020, no.
No,
No.
not in 2022. But I'd watched The Father, and I went, oh my god, I have to. This is fucking awful.
You
And
mean The Son?
or The Son. I mean, yes, The
Yeah.
Father's great. Loved it. Cried multiple times
Yeah.
during it. Wonderful film. I watched The Son at Middleburg. All these old people fucking like ate it up. They had like a therapist there with Florian Zeller on the stage and like talked through all these old people's like I guess, like their
Trauma.
problems. Yeah, their problems. And I had to sit there in the lobby because I had to interview Florian Zeller after watching that movie. And truly one of the most like, hey, buddy, want to talk about your movie?
So The Father was really great.
Yeah.
huh?
Can we talk a little bit about that? Like, what was it like to win an Oscar?
Yeah.
What was it like to see Clint Close do the butt? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, God, I was waiting to see how long the butt would make an appearance.
wasn't gonna
on
take
this.
long. Wasn't gonna take long. Mark, can you read the nominees for Best Original Screenplay for me, please?
Original screenplay, we have Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, or Minari, however you want to pronounce it. I've heard both ways. Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago Seven.
Okay. This is where I get to start making my case.
Oh,
I'd like
God.
to remove Promising Young Woman from this.
Oh,
I think
knew
it is
someone was gonna say it.
a bad screenplay. I think it is flawed completely in the third act. I also would like to take out Trial of Chicago 7.
Well,
obviously,
yeah. To me, that is the first removal.
I think
Yeah.
Judas, Minari, and Sound of Metal are very inspired nominations, and either one of them would have been a much better winner than the one we got. I know everybody was obsessed with Promising Young Woman at the time, but I still maintain that third act makes absolutely no frickin' sense and has still not aged well. And yeah, it has nothing to do with the performance. The screenplay is the problem.
So I think we all agree on it sounded like on removing Trial of Chicago 7.
Yeah.
If I
Which
could,
has
Yeah.
great scenes, but not a but like a just
Sure.
poorly constructed film.
I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that movie. No
Yeah.
surprise. But I would definitely. I
You're-
don't think it's screenplay.
Are you a father, Mark? Of course you love
Maybe.
Aaron Sorkin.
right? Sound of Metal would be the one that I would also remove.
Oh,
I know unpopular, and I'm not saying that it didn't deserve it. I just have two that I would like to get in over that, and so that would be my
That's fair.
fourth out of the 5.
okay. Dan?
I genuinely, there may be films that I like more than these, but the only one that I would kick out is Trial of the Chicago 7. I think they got it mostly right in this category. And I know people have issues with Promising Young Woman, believe me, but I respect the hell out of movies that are willing to go there and piss the audience off, which clearly this movie did. And
All of her movies do.
I love, and I love the glee with which she writes these things to piss people off. So I don't care. I fucking love it. And also, like, similar to Trial of the Chicago 7, but I think even more so, I think the dialogue in Promising Young Woman is really sharp. And individual scenes in that movie are just so incredibly constructed on the page. I can't
Josh?
get rid of it.
Join me in the dark side, Josh. You know I'm right. You can't take out Sound of Metal. I know you. And Minari and Judas and Black
really
Messiah.
love Sound of Metal. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Judas is actually the one to me that's like, I like it, but I feel like as a story, it's pretty straightforward in its, construction. And I mean, but I still think it's a very good screenplay, but I do think it is a little bit more traditional amongst them. But
if I had to kick out a second one, that would be the second one that I would kick out. But
I wouldn't.
Only lose Trial of the
Ryan
Chicago
Coogler would
Yeah.
be very upset with both of you if you kicked out Shaka Keen's only Oscar nomination. I
Well, he's not an Academy member, so I don't care.
yeah,
no, he is nominated
That's
for
true.
producer. That's true. What are you gonna do, Josh?
Okay. I think that if I am gonna kick another one out, you know what? I'll say Sound of Metal. I can kill my darling.
Oh wow! Oh no!
I am shocked that you picked that over Promising Young Woman, actually, Josh.
Joshua, you let me down. Damn it, Josh. All right, fine. Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari. I mean, if you want to kick out Judas and the Black Messiah, I'm more than welcome to do that as well. I mean, if you don't want to, I feel like Josh was like, that was so painful for Josh. I consider Judas and the Black Messiah and kick it out. Like, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
I'm not in love with Judas and the Black Messiah as other people are too, though. Like, I think that is a movie that has like moments that are incredible. But
I mean, to be fair, we don't still know who the lead
the lead
of the movie is.
Oh my god.
We still don't know. As far as I know,
everybody.
well, it's racism was the lead of that film, We're just waiting to find out who the actor
Jesse
is.
Plemons. I guess he was the lead.
I guess so. Poor Plemons, man. Do you want to kick that out, Josh?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I think that is
Dan's
the
got it
one.
as second, so technically that would be 2 votes.
Yeah.
All right, then Judas and the Black Messiah. It's out of there. Minari, Sound of Metal, and the other one. All right, so other nominations for original. Original feels like there's a lot. There's a lot of films.
I think there's more.
Yeah, a lot. A lot.
I'm gonna start with The Nest.
Good one.
That's what
That's a good one.
Love that film. Love that film. Mark, you got some?
Two that I really like the screenplay for. One you might like, and the other you guys might laugh at me. But the first one that I really love is Wolfwalkers. I love that story.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I love that movie.
I love it so much.
I love that movie. And
Should have won animated feature, in my opinion.
Yes.
Should have won.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that was adapted. That's why when we were looking at these, I'm like, oh
No, that would feel like an adapted
And I'm
screenplay,
like,
Yeah, I
wouldn't
kind of
it?
thought it was
That's
too.
Yeah. but it's original. So for me, that would be what I would go in. And then the other one is Tenet. I love the story of Tenet. So
Attaboy,
laugh
Mark.
all you want.
Attaboy, Mark. I was going to bring it up too. There you go.
Well, I knew you were.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Just feel it, baby. All right. Josh.
I think ones that I would throw out there, one is Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, which is another film that I thought was
Great.
just like incredible. Absolutely love that one. I have a feeling this is not a Mark movie, but The Assistant was one that I
Yes.
very much enjoyed.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I know.
Ooh.
But I remember distinctly
That's
watching
all right.
that movie like in January, and my crowd absolutely hated it. Like that movie ended and they did not know what to do with themselves, but I thought it was brilliant. Like the way that it treats that subject matter as if it is just a normal task in that office was just so chilling to me. And I absolutely thought that movie was so incredibly impactful. So that's another one that I would throw out.
Dan.
Yeah. Number one with a bullet, the 40-year-old version.
Okay.
Rada Blank.
Fun movie.
Brilliant screenplay. Is so good. There are a bunch of others that I would, but I think they ended up being 2021. So I'm gonna put those two.
You wanna-
Well, when they come
throw-
out in the first 2 months, though, like
yeah, I don't
Which ones?
think so.
Yeah.
Fart. Shiva Baby, I think was legitimately 2021.
Yep. You're
And
correct.
9 Days
Yes.
was also, I think, actually came out in 2021.
Yeah. 9
but
Days
the-
we saw on the platform in 2020.
yeah, that
And
was,
I
that
remember
was
seeing
2021,
that and I was like, holy shit, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
And then they just like held it and
Yeah.
did like a limited run with it, it's a really good movie.
See, Dan, I thought you were going to say Barb and Star.
Uh,
God.
Barb and Star 2021.
But that came out in the first 2 months. Remember, this was the year where they
did.
counted.
Did it count?
Technically did count,
Yeah,
I
it
think.
did. It came out in
I think,
February.
yeah.
So like it was
But
one of
no,
those
my-
like in betweeners,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think it just got kind of lost in there, right? That it was just
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, well, so much so I remember because the Critics' Choice also did we'll do the first 2 months of 2021, and then in the next year's ceremony they nominated Barb and Star for like best comedy, completely ignoring their own rules that this
Right.
shouldn't count for 2021. But like,
well, that's not surprising, right, Josh?
that-
But the other
Um,
one that I really want to throw into the ring here is Writers of Justice.
Oh, the Mads Mikkelsen movie.
Yeah, because that screenplay is amazing. It's so funny, so
Was that-
well drawn with those characters.
Was that not 21 as well? Or was that?
Wait, was it?
I thought it was 21.
2020 on IMDb.
I thought
Well,
it was
yeah,
the
but-
end of 2020.
Because I remember like having another round here, and then the next year he had Writers of Justice,
Yeah.
and so I think it counted for 21.
was that 2021?
Yeah,
I have not seen that one though.
Okay.
I need
it's a
to-
good movie. It's
fantastic.
a really
yeah, it's
good
a
movie.
good movie.
Yeah, it's
Really good.
fantastic.
Okay.
But if it not that, then this will be the first place that I will mention Quo Vadis Aida, which is
Yeah.
a brilliant film that should have won Best International Feature. I'm very happy it was nominated, but still.
but still, it almost had it. I feel like if we had an extra week,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
felt like
it might
it felt like
have,
it was
yeah.
coming on right at the last second. I mean, obviously, Defy Bloods. That's a film that I would throw out here as well. I'm gonna say it because I think it technically counts. It does count here, and it doesn't count in adapted. Mank. I'm gonna throw out Mank because I like Mank, and I
Okay.
don't care.
Good for you.
Mank
Good
is
for you,
good.
Ryan.
Glad you got
for
that out of your system.
Mank is good. Also, I also consider Baccarat. If anyone wants to talk about great
Okay.
fucking movies,
Yeah.
I'd also consider On the Rocks from Sofia Coppola, which is a very good film. And
I would
very-
also throw out Killing of Two Lovers.
ooh, okay. Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, yes, my God.
love Palm Springs.
Love Palm Springs.
I
And
was. Go ahead.
you go.
Oh, good.
You guys are being too polite. Just somebody go.
Also, Miss Juneteenth.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was
Love
another
Miss
one.
Juneteenth. That's a great one.
Driveways.
I like Driveways.
Driveways is good.
This,
When you
I'm
said
telling you,
Palm-
sneaky good. In here.
Palm Springs earlier, I was thinking about all these, and they were all, I couldn't find one for adapted, but I found a bunch for original. The other one that came up when I was looking at Palm Springs was The King of Staten Island. I thought that was a really good screenplay too.
Yeah, you would like that.
Oh,
No?
also
that's
his house.
not popular. Okay.
Oh yeah,
His house was
Good
this
one.
year too.
His house.
His house is fantastic.
St. Francis is a film that I really like. If you like Ghostlight last year, St. Francis is.
Oh yeah, that was this
Ghostlight.
year.
Yes, it was. And I'm
Yeah,
going
a
to
lot
say
of
it.
originals.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it. And people are going to go like, Ryan, you're crazy. But this isn't the first time, weirdly, that this is going to get brought up. But Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. A really just wild, fun movie from Guy Ritchie.
I'm gonna talk about it.
There's
We'll talk about it later.
there's a performance we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
Josh, I think you know where I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
we're gonna talk about that.
We're going to talk about that movie.
Are we?
Um,
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of films. Also, quick question. Quick question. I assume that none of the small axe movies count
No.
because they were in the television department, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And the same thing would go for Let Them All Talk.
yes.
Okay. Just
Yeah, I
wanted to
would
make
think
sure.
so.
Just
I
want to
wouldn't
make sure.
consider Let them all talk anyway, but okay.
I like.
You're kind of the outlier on that one, Dan. Everybody seems to love that.
Yeah,
film.
everybody loves
Don't
I like
know
that one.
why. I genuinely don't
because
know why.
it's good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I hated that
so-
movie so much.
All right. Are we we gotta figure
We
out
gotta
what to
pick
nominate.
something.
Yeah, we gotta pick something. So it sounded like Mink.
Really?
No.
Did it?
No, he's
And
joking.
If you're only listening to
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Oh,
when it
babe.
becomes a dictatorship. Yeah.
Oh man. Listen, I never ever am a dictator when it comes to these episodes. Josh, you know that. I've done this plenty of times. I've never been
True.
that. I've always been fair. There have been years that definitely I haven't gotten one I wanted, and I've lived with that. I've lived with it. So, but I
don't think there wasn't anything that two people mentioned, right?
I
don't
think that Palm Springs had a good support
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from what I heard there.
Good.
And then Tenet. Mark liked Tenet and I like Tenet. So that's two people. We put it in. And
the other two are like, no.
But I think it is also just so spread out right now. Yeah.
I mean, there's that. I mean, make a case for something else. Like there's
I mean,
tons.
there seemed
Makes
to
so
be
many.
more reaction. There seemed to be more reaction to Wolfwalkers than Tenet.
I mean, another round. Isn't that original as well too? Like,
Yeah,
think
that's
it was.
original.
Yeah, I
That's
think that is
also
original.
really
holy shit!
good.
Like how?
Yeah.
By the way, how the fuck did that not get in the screenplay when it?
Wild. I don't know.
Just
Crazy
food for
year.
thought. Just food for thought there. Just
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah. I mean, Wolfwalkers did sound like it had some passion.
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
I was surprised.
I'm good with Wolfwalkers. I think like my vote, like just singularly, would be Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. But for a consensus choice, I'm good with Wolfwalkers
I could
too.
go
But
with
those
that,
are
too.
probably
it's a very important
I'd
screenplay.
be good with
Yeah.
Never. Yeah, they're all.
Want to do Never, Rarely,
stuff.
Sometimes, Always, and
in Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
Yeah,
Honestly,
very similar movies.
That
Yeah.
sounds very good to me.
Both comedies.
Yeah,
Laugh
Laugh Riot.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
But that does feel
This
like
is-
the two that we should have gotten. in
kind of
that
feels like
category.
2020, honestly.
Yeah. I'm telling you the ongoing bits and Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always.
Yeah.
All right. Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, Palm Springs, Promising Young Woman, Minari, and The Sound of Metal. Those are our nominees. Mark, who would you give the award to?
Minari.
Minari. All right. He was quick and definitive there. All right. Dan. There we go.
Yeah, it's. I think it would also be Minari. Yeah.
Oh, all right. God.
It's very, very close between that and Sound of Metal.
I would go with Minari.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thought I'd be alone on that. That's good.
Deserved to win on the frickin' night. Easily. If I couldn't get Mank in there, you know. Josh?
I am actually going to pick Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, but amongst the Oscar lineup, I would have definitely said Minari. It would be my second place here, so I have no problem with it winning. I love that film and that screenplay too.
Going from Minari to Twisters.
Range.
What a range, you know. No, I just I don't understand how like it didn't win. It feels like such a
No, I get it. I understand.
perfect. Yeah, I get it. It was son of a bitch. But like it's such a but Minari's such a beautiful story. I remember watching that. I forgot which festival had it, but I watched it at home, obviously, and I just was a mess by the end of that thing. I think it's such a beautiful film, and one that you know we're going to talk about some more here in a little bit. Who hasn't read one? Dan.
Yeah.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Let's do best supporting actor.
Best Supporting Actor. The nominees were Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Raci for Sound of Metal, Keith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah, and the winner, Daniel Kaluuya in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Crazy. I would take Sacha Baron Cohen out
Easily,
and I would take Lakeith Stanfield out
because he does not belong in this category.
He doesn't belong in this category.
Not for the performance. I actually think he's better
very
than
good.
Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Honestly, I prefer that performance, but there is like Kaluuya is already questionable being in this category, and obviously not Lakeith Stanfield.
I actually don't think Lakeith's that great in the film.
I really like that performance.
I really do. I
the
really
more
do.
difficult character to play.
True. I just think that Kaluuya just blows him out of the water. It's one of those just like
He has these showier moments.
Yes,
in
he
that
does.
movie. I think that helps.
But also for someone like Kaluuya who hadn't really shown that he could be that boisterous a lot in his career. He played, he had played more menacing characters, I would guess to say, or quieter characters like in Get Out. For him to play a character like Fred Hampton and see that trailer. I mean, we all saw that trailer and we were like, holy shit, what's he about?
Yeah, we said he was going to win the Oscar just from
just from that speech alone. And then Leslie Odom Jr., no way you get him out of here. He's great in that.
He's so good. That whole cast is good. Like really, that was the film that I thought was going to get two people in here. That was the Trial of the Chicago 7, not Judas and the Black Messiah.
When the season started, I thought that was the movie that was going to win Best Picture. I really, I know. It just kind of made sense on paper. It didn't win. It didn't even get nominated. Per picture, right? It didn't even get in.
Nope.
Boy, was I wrong. And I'm okay to admit that. And then Paul Raci was kind of like what everybody wanted. Like it was the good feel good story, year. So all right, Baron Cohen's out. Stanfield's out. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's throw out some other nominees.
Glenn Turman in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, please.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I will mention our gentleman. I love Hugh Grant in this movie so much.
Hugh Grant in The Gentleman.
So funny.
He's
so good. And just him hitting on Charlie Hunnam the entire film. Josh, did you feel seen with that Hugh Grant
of course. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to do a little.
God.
Oh, what are you going to do? A little barbecue. It's like, oh,
it's so good.
Some of the
I
shit.
love Hugh Grant in The Gentleman. It's one of my favorite performances from him.
I gotta throw him out here, but Kenneth Branagh in
Tenet.
In Tenet, absolutely great, stupid mustache twirly, classic Bond, dumb villain. Yeah. Absolutely love it. I this is where you could do. There's a ton of people you could honestly.
I have a
This
lot
is-
of people. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
I have a couple.
David Strathairn in Nomadland. I would consider him. I know. Calm down, Mark.
I'm having a hard time remembering if they were supporting or lead, but I have a few. It was Delroy Lindo for
He was.
Blood.
He was. He was.
He was
lead.
lead.
He was
We'll
lead.
talk about it.
Yeah.
But Clark Peters, I would consider for supporting. Right? Didn't they run him in supporting, or was it?
I think they ran everybody else in
Yeah.
supporting, including in. It's not great to mention him anymore, but I do think Jonathan Majors is really good in Five Bloods.
Glad you said it and not me. You know.
I'm a big fan.
That performance is really good.
He's
He's
awesome.
really
He's
good.
awesome.
And
Yeah,
honestly,
he's awesome
Boseman
in
into
it.
Five Bloods is really
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah.
I gotta say, one, I think Bill Murray's pretty great in On the Rocks, and
he's one of the ones I had.
but if we were gonna nominate a Trial of Chicago 7 person, I said all year that Michael Keaton was the performance to nominate. It's those two scenes. He's absolutely incredible in those. Go watch it again. It's him and Rylance, and even Rylance too, to a certain extent.
I
Both-
like Rylance in that a lot.
Both of those guys are great. I'd also consider J.K. Simmons in Palm Springs a truly unhinged performance for that guy.
Yeah.
Just really great stuff.
I have two
Michael
that are.
Stuhlbarg and Shirley. I know no one saw that
yeah.
movie, but
I
he's
love
really good in
Shirley.
That.
Holy shit! No, Dan, I saw Shirley, and it was great. I love that movie.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, so
Thank
good.
you.
Josh,
I have two that are just going to be for Dan. One of them, Rama de Jesus in The Boys in the Band.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Someone mentioned Boys in the Band. Good
Yes,
job.
I mean a movie I don't love, but that performance is incredible. And Peter Kim in the 40-year-old version.
Yes. Love.
I really
him.
liked him too.
Yeah, I love him in that movie. I'll also throw out Bill Burr in King of Staten Island. I think he's really good in that movie.
I'll throw out Charles Dance in Mank. I think he's really good. In his
That's a
couple
good
scenes.
one. Yeah, I like
Um,
I like him.
I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Arliss Howard." I'm like, no, it's actually Charles Dance.
Question for you on one, because again I can't remember.
Sure.
Pieces of a Woman. Was Shia? Would you say he was lead or supporting? Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
I think he was
wow.
campaign supporting.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's feel supporting.
You're gonna bring that movie up?
I love Pieces of a Woman.
Oh,
Am I the only one? Yeah.
I
Sure.
think it's good.
I mean, it's a good movie. I don't remember
Bueller.
much from it.
Yeah.
Bueller, you know.
Now, Ryan, what do you think about Pattinson in Tenet?
Oh fuck, that's right. He's oh my god, he exists. Yes, yes,
Yes.
smash. Yes. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Well,
Like
I
Neil
actually thought
is
that
so
was going to be the
great.
name you were going to throw out.
Neil's
for
so
the
great.
Tenet.
I forgot about. Well, no, well, I'm definitely not putting John David Washington in lead. I'll tell you that. That's
No.
He's
That's
the
rough.
weak link.
But I would nominate Pattinson in a heartbeat. I would. I think he's so good in that movie, and he's got no. And he that's why I can't wait to see the Odyssey, because I just think that he fits inside the Nolan universe so well, and he's
Well,
dressing like
the
him
perfect
the entire.
Nolan like stand-in.
Yes,
Honestly,
Yeah.
he's dressed like him the entire movie, and yet
he
he's,
gave him his scarf in Tenet. Like,
he and without Pattinson here, Pattinson obviously Chuck Grover gave the book Oppenheimer to Nolan, but Pattinson and him were talking about it here on this movie. He gave him I think a collection of letters or something that really incentivized Nolan to create Oppenheimer. So what I'm saying is nominate Pattinson, because otherwise we don't get one of the best films of the decade. And he's also really fucking good in this movie too. That's
And it makes me cry at the
They're
end.
best friends.
I'm not
They're
gonna lie. Last
best
time I saw
friends, God
Tenet,
damn it.
I got to the end and I actually got surprisingly emotional at their ending.
It's
farewell.
weirdly the Casablanca of our time, and nobody really talks about it that way.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It really is, and I've seen Casablanca, and I can, some people,
Shocking, Ryan.
Some
I
people
know you
have it.
never have
Hey,
I know what you're doing. You're shading
some people have it.
I know what you're doing. Yeah.
Some people haven't. So,
A lot
yes,
of
our
names.
Pats with a stamp. Let's do it.
Okay.
Come on, Josh, be on my side. Let's do it.
I do
Friends
like
till
Pattinson
the
a lot in
end.
that movie. I'm
So
going to
good.
be honest.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I feel like I can only advocate either for that or for Hugh Grant, and I between the two, I would advocate more so for Hugh Grant.
I'd advocate for both. Those are my picks. Let's do it. Let's get our Pats in here. Let's get a hot man in this lineup. Let's do it. Let's get Hugh Grant. He didn't get nominated for Paddington, and we need to right the wrongs. Like, let's do it. Let's make that the thing. Let's take over
did
this
we
category.
nominate him for Paddington?
I
Have
don't
we
remember.
done that year yet?
We did not do that year.
Well, you did, but that was before this new format, though.
So we will do that soon in the real format. We're going to redo that year, I think. Maybe we will. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Eric.
Well,
about
we've
that.
never had that conversation yet.
Well, we'll have that conversation.
Table that for next year. Maybe.
Table that
We'll
for next year, year after. I don't know.
We'll see.
We changed the format after a year because we were like, this is long episodes. And not that these episodes aren't long
Really, it's
enough.
like because these became so much
Yeah.
shorter.
We just made it a little bit more fun and a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I think that's
on
what we
ourselves.
did, which is fine.
And then, in the dead of night, Josh wrote up all the rules on scrolls.
Scrolls away. Yeah.
Yes.
Mark, is there a performance
I think-
particular?
Yeah, we named a few. I think the one that stood out to me the most and what I had on my list was Terman for Ma Rainey.
Terman.
If I could push for one, yeah.
All right.
Can I also throw
I would
at
go
the
out-
last minute
Yeah. Okay.
Thomas Bo Larson in Another Round?
Oh, he's
That
really
ensemble's really, really good, and they all do fantastic work, but him as the one who does not give up drinking, he's very, very effective.
How about this?
in that film.
Dan and Mark have Glenn Turman. So why don't you guys have Glenn Turman? And Josh, you and I
Give you
decide,
our Pat.
do we want Grant in or do we want Pattinson in?
Well, oh,
Oh no!
I would want them in for like very different reasons.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest with
Honest with
myself,
yourself.
no, I'm going to say Hugh Grant. I am going to say Hugh Grant.
Yes. You brought up Pattinson and kind of just rocked my world.
I was surprised you didn't bring him up yourself.
That's, you know what? That's fair. But my winner that year was Hugh Grant
Yeah.
for The Gentleman. And
So
so
you all better be true to yourselves and put him in this lineup.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna put Hugh Grant in the lineup, which is honestly an even more insane pick than just putting Robert Pattinson in.
Yeah.
And there's another place there's a couple other places I could put Tenet. So, all right. So Hugh Grant for The Gentleman. Hell yeah! And then Glenn Turman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom goes into the lineup with Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, and Paul Raci for Sound of Metal. Dan,
Yeah.
who you got winning?
Oh, Paul Raci.
Okay.
He was always my favorite in that category. That performance is very, very special.
Okay. Mark Johnson.
Would not take this away from Kaluuya.
Okay. 1-1. Josh.
As tempted as I am to vote for Hugh Grant, I do think my favorite in the category is still Paul Raci.
All right. Well, I'm not backing down from what I believe. And I would say that I would give it to Hugh Grant. And who is, I mean, just absolutely insane in that movie. Truly.
Yeah.
So
Takes-
much. And he
I have to-
he
I
is
have to
having the
watch that
time of
again.
his
I don't-
life. in
He's
that.
having the time of his life in a Guy Ritchie film that has no business being as good as it is.
No, I also think The Gentleman is my parents' favorite movie. Every time it is on television, they will drop everything and watch it. I really think that it.
So, Josh, you don't want to vote in this category for your family?
I know, I understand, which is why it was very tough.
All right. Okay. Can I say something controversial and you guys don't get mad at me, even though it's going to be live on a mic?
We'll see.
I don't get the Paul Raci of it all. And I don't get
Yeah.
Sound of Metal at all. I think it's fine.
I think that movie's brilliant.
I
but,
think its
yeah,
sound
I
work
agree.
is what
Yeah.
carries it.
I think the movie, the sound, and Riz are all terrific.
I think the sound is absolutely fantastic, but everything else, I'm like,
Paul Raci, there is something so special about the tone that he adopts in that performance, the way that he listens. It is you can feel him bringing his own life to this part in a way that makes himself and the part almost inextricable. It's one of those rather special times when that kind of happens. And
You do gotta like
yeah,
a guy
there is
with
something
a-
that magic, like he changes the energy of that movie
Yeah.
completely whenever he is on screen. And there are so many scenes in it that's just him and Riz that like I don't think it would work if it was another actor less attuned to not just what the movie is doing, but also to Riz's performance. I think he's really fantastic, and I don't think you get some of the moments that Riz is as good as he is without Paul Raci to bounce off of.
Yeah. Well, he is our supporting actor winner. And him in that little ponytail going up on that stage.
Hell yeah.
He's also a Chicago native, so I have to support that too.
He does feel like he would have rode a little pony to get to the ceremony. Like he just got that vibe in him. He's also very good in Sing Sing too. If anybody,
Yes.
Very good.
one of the highlights of that film. All right, best supporting actress: Yoon Jung Yoon for Minari, Maria Baklova for Borat's subsequent movie film, Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy,
The sigh.
Olivia Colman for The Father, and Amanda Seyfried for Mank. I'm doing it. Fuck it. Glenn Close, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Out
No,
of there.
Apologies to Kevin Jacobson, but
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
have to remove Glenn
I
Close from this
out.
lineup.
cannot
on.
condone
Yeah.
anything with that fucking
No.
movie. She's good in it. You're gonna be somebody is a line that I use all the time in life. But no, I'm sorry, can't condone it, can't support it. Ron Howard, you have a lot of answers that you could still not answer for this fucking thing. And so, yeah, I'm actually, you know what, I'm gonna say it. Until any of them actually really talk about the ramifications of making this stupid movie, Ron Howard, Amy Adams, and Glenn Close should never be nominated for an Oscar till then. Period. End of story. That being said, we gotta eliminate somebody else here. Or do
Yeah.
we?
Yes,
No,
we
I
do.
think we
I'm-
absolutely do and
Yeah.
should.
Okay.
Yeah.
We,
All right.
we can definitely do better than Bakalova.
Yeah. As fun as that nomination is, I do not think it's exactly Oscar worthy.
No.
Josh.
Yeah, I do hate to cut the comedy
I
nominee.
hate to cut the comedy category, the
Yeah.
person, and also
There
A-
are better options.
a great
though.
discovery
Like,
in the year, like
Yeah.
you know, and
Mhm.
just and truly someone that
It's bold. It really is.
It was like
Yeah.
for that year, I was like, wow, they actually did it. Like they nominated her, and she's
it's
But
very
I
still
do-
the movie from Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
Like a
but the other
Borat
three
movie
are
is-
like non-negotiable for me.
Yeah,
Is
the other
thing.
three are like
Yeah.
those aren't going anywhere.
Because I love Amanda Seyfried and Mank. I mean, like a movie
Yeah,
that
she's
I
great.
don't love, but I love her performance.
No,
in it.
I heard you before this telecast say you loved Mink, so
Yeah, that's my branding. I love Mank.
exactly. He's like, Josh, I love Mank Parham. You know, what is that? A Mank shirt you got on?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this one actually really does hurt because I do think then it's such an inspired nomination. She is very funny in the film,
Yeah,
but for the purposes of the game, Maria Baklova,
she would be fourth. Is the thing?
yeah, she's like fourth because Coleman's so good in that movie too.
God, she's
I mean,
Yeah.
like you
We
know,
don't touch that one.
well, no, we're not touching that. And then I mean,
Don't touch-
we'll talk about Yun Jun Yun in a little bit. All right, so who are we throwing out here?
May I humbly suggest the
Oh.
other Glenn Close performance from this year? Oscar nominated for Good Days.
No,
no.
no. You and
Okay,
Diane
okay.
Warren get the fuck out of here. No.
Because look, if she was going to get nomination, it should have been for the non-Vance movie.
It should have been for neither, because neither are like worthy of an Oscar nomination, Dan. It's okay. Like, listen, we can love our actresses, and they don't have to get nominated for crap. You know,
That would be nice.
it's just that's fair. Like, I love Meryl. She's got some performances in there. You're like, what did we do? She's got some wins in there. You go win. I mean win. Let me clarify that. And so it's like, yeah. So it's not a shot at Glenn Close. I love Glenn Close, but like, my God.
She can have sat this year out.
It's like we're
we didn't
desperately
need it.
trying to nominate her for things to get her a win, and the Academy is still saying no.
Nah.
We don't want to give her
Yeah.
one. You know, it's the same thing with Diane Warren. It just looks we could give somebody else a chance to be nominated and spend an expensive amount of money on a wardrobe to go to lose to like Billie Eilish. Like, we don't need to do that, you know, to Diane Warren twice in a lifetime. Okay. Seriously, who are we considering?
Seriously, Talia Ryder and Never Rarely, Sometimes Always.
Okay.
Love that. I have two people from Emma, which I know Dan's going to love. Mia Goth and Miranda Hart.
Miranda Hart, absolutely. Maybe the single best piece of screen acting of anyone in any movie in 2020. Yes.
Oh, is that
Absolutely, Josh.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
The Picnic.
Yeah. Pretty dick move on you.
I will also say, I know there was like category placement issues with her, but Saoirse Ronan in Ammonite was campaigned supporting, and I think that she's really good in that movie. We can argue about whether or not she is supporting, but I don't like that movie, but I like her a lot.
That movie stinks. That movie's bad. That movie's bad. Remember when? Okay, I'm gonna bring it up because he's brought up Ammonite. Remember when they were like, when Kate Winslet and her were like, yeah, we really like choreographed the sex scenes, and like we did this all together, and we really talked about it, and it was like essentially like they each other sat on their faces, and those were just the scenes. I was like, wow, real inventive, sex scenes going on here. Some real heated rivalry before its time.
I mean, it's the 1800s or something. Like, they didn't. Please,
Dan. I've watched Benedetta. They came up with far more interesting ways in that film.
Well, look, you have to when you're in a fucking convent.
Exactly.
Okay?
Well, also that movie is directed by like a legitimate pervert.
Exactly.
It's legitimate, bro.
Exactly.
No, but actually, Dan, the
can you imagine if he did? Could you imagine if he did? Sorry, Josh. Not mean to cut you off. Could you imagine if Paul Verhoeven did Ammonite? What kind of a movie would have got then?
Wow.
Try to think of like all the movies every year of like what Paul Verhoeven coulda, shoulda have done. So anyway, that's just. I'm trying to think of the one. Do you guys know the one he would do in 2025? Like, which would be his?
I mean, like, honestly, One Battle, kind of has Verhoeven tendencies.
It's got a little bit in there. Yeah, I just think he would. I think he would have loved Lockjaw. So,
probably
a little too much.
But Dan, the performance actually in Ammonite that sticks out to me is Fiona Shaw.
She's very good in that too. Yeah,
she's good in that.
Yeah, in her brief scenes. Yeah.
Mark, do you got some?
I do. I like Dominic Fishback a lot in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah,
there you go.
And always Ellen Burstyn. The Pieces of Woman.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she has that big break, like yelling scene. I would like to throw out Swanky.
Oh, Swanky.
In Nomadland. Yes, I would. It's a great small performance. Yeah. It's beautiful work. And
love Swanky.
Love Swanky. So yeah. See, I'm not always weird. I just have like it's a rough year, honestly, for this guy, for me. But yeah, Swanky was like I think it was a good one.
Yeah. I have one other name, very little movie. I don't know if anybody really saw this, called Baby Teeth.
I saw Baby Teeth.
Yes. Yes, baby.
Essie
Yes.
Davis and Baby Teeth is
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Essie Davis would be
She
yes.
is really good. Yeah.
She's really good in this
Oh.
movie.
Yeah.
I consider her. That would be honestly should have considered Ben Mendelsohn too.
Yeah. He's good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Essie
Eliza-
Davis was like my favorite.
Eliza
performer.
Scanlon, you
No,
will be
she's
mentioned
great in
again
that.
here in a couple of minutes. That's a really good fucking movie.
Baby Teeth was 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Shannon Murphy went on to do Dying for Sex,
Yeah.
a show that is perfectly just fine.
I'll take your word for it.
You don't need to watch it. You know, the whole reason to watch that was to watch everyone say, "Oh, Michelle Williams is going to win another Emmy," and she didn't. And she didn't. But this is a really great film. So yeah. All right, we got to start whittling this thing down.
Well, it sounded like Essie Davis had support.
Yeah.
Can
So
we do that?
I mean, I would be in favor. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Actually, yeah.
I'm game for that. All right, what else? Who else? I mean, not what else.
I mean, we threw them all out. Should we just vote?
Yeah, there were a lot of names.
There were a lot of names.
I don't even remember.
Dan, if you had a top one, who would you go for?
Look, Miranda Hart is my winner in this category
Okay.
that year, so I do have to give it to her.
All right. Josh?
I think I would go actually with Dominic Fishback. I think that seems like a good one to
All
go
right.
with.
And I know Mark would go with Dominic Fishback as well. So let's do
That's awesome.
Dominic
Yeah.
Fishback for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Essie
I'm
Davis
very
for
good with that.
Baby Teeth. These are good noms.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's a fun
And
five.
then Coleman, Seifert, Yun Jun Yun. Okay.
Yeah, I like that 5.
That's a good 5. Okay.
Mm.
This makes it difficult because now Essie Davis is in this category.
Yeah.
But it was of the it was starting the night off on a good night or one, and I think Yoon Jun Young for Minari is a perfect performance. Actually don't have a problem with any of these winners from this year. And I predicted them all to win. So there you go. But her performance just devastated me. And I also kind of feel like this is a performance that, you know, we've seen a lot of coming of age stories and a lot of stories about elder, you know, statesmen and women in their families. And to me, I always thought that this was just the most emotional one and the most personal one to date, probably outside of just, you know, the farewell. And I don't know, when I watched this, and I love the other performances in this movie, but when I just watched her in this movie, by the end, I was a complete mess. And every one of her speeches were great, especially the ones calling out Brad Pitt. Like, that was so great. Like, well, you weren't even on set. So
It's like, nice to see you. It's the first time I met you.
I met you.
It was so good.
It was
Where
like,
were you?
where the hell were you? Money. You know what I mean?
Like, only she could get away.
Only
with
she could
that.
get away with
It's
it.
Yeah.
great.
She's
Remember
great.
at the Baptist, she also like called like she didn't
Yeah.
think that she was going to win because she thought all British people were like pretentious and stuffy. So
She's not wrong. She's not wrong. Mark, who would you give this one to?
Yeah, this is a hard one. I probably wouldn't take it away from Yoon, but if I was going to, I'd probably go with Coleman.
Oh, okay. Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
Great. Josh Parham.
I am going to stick with Yoon Yoo Jung. That is one of those performances. Like from the very moment I saw it, was like, well, I am in love with everything that's going on here. And yeah, another like great win on that night too, with a fantastic speech. So yeah, I would still go with her.
Dan. I mean,
I
right,
am very similar to Mark. I would not take this away from Yoon Jung, but Olivia Colman is a very close runner-up. She's kind of incredible in The Father.
Yeah.
she's-
Yeah, especially like that. I mean, my family has dealt with very similar issues, and I recognize a lot that
Yeah.
Olivia Colman goes
Same.
through, like what my mom went through, and Let me tell you, also watching The Father with my mom, maybe the most emotional experience I've ever had watching a movie. So
That is one like, man, you don't want to watch that with your parents and stuff. That could be
yeah,
So
whew,
tough.
that was
Yeah.
that was something.
exactly. Mark,
Yeah.
can you read the nominees for Best Actor?
Actor, we had Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins, who won for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Stephen Yeun for Minari.
Josh?
Perfect category. Don't change a thing.
Kind of where I'm
No.
at too, honestly.
Mm,
I'm
okay.
kind of. Oh, are you joking? Oh, I'm not
Well, I
joking.
look, I know who you want
I
to get
like
rid
all
of,
five.
Josh, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, if I'm
What do you not
outvoted,
like?
then fine. But no to Gary Oldman. I don't need that nomination in this
I would
category.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the fifth. He's the fifth for me, so I'd be okay if we removed him.
He's not my fifth.
I would happily, like, you know what? I would happily remove him for Mads Mikkelsen.
That's
Like,
who. That's the only name.
happily.
That's the only name I wrote down. Was Mads is the only one.
Well, there's
So
a couple
I would-
others.
I have a
Um,
higher priority than Mads, honestly, in this category.
So wait, are we
Okay.
only removing just who are we removing?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
does anybody else want to remove anything?
Wait, is Gary Oldman just gone?
Well, I mean, I'm saying that's who I would vote to get out of the category, but I don't know if everybody else agrees with that. Everybody
Well,
else
I
is
would-
like,
I would also, but I just assumed that with the
I
list for
assumed Gary
Mank
Oldman
on
was-
this, it wouldn't happen.
Listen, I assumed like Gary Oldman was going to get kicked out of this,
Oh, okay, great then. Kick him out.
but I'm also going to throw out who I also think should get kicked out of this,
Uh,
and you guys aren't going to like it.
let's
I
see.
would kick out Chadwick Boseman.
Okay, you know what? Actually,
I'm willing to
I
hear you
was-
out.
yeah, go
Because
ahead.
listen, I love Chadwick, and I wish he was still here because I think he had the potential to be the missing movie star that we kind of need in modern cinema, you know. And I truly state that. I think that after watching, I rewatched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom for Kevin Jacobson's podcast because I did the actress retrospective for him there. And while I got new appreciation for Viola in that movie and the subtleness in the details that she does in that performance, I still think that Chadwick Boseman is way over the top and doing way too much. And the movie's focused way too much on him. And it is not a two-hander, you know, as much as I wanted it to be. And I still feel like there's scenes that were taken away or could have been added for Viola when I feel like a lot of what Chadwick's doing is the same speech over and over and over again, louder and louder and louder. And there are moments that he truly does sell it, like the stuff with the record producer and towards the end of the film. But for me, I think his work in Defy Bloods is better work that year. And
I do agree on.
and I think that he's delivered better performances in his career than Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I know that would give me a lot of shit out there from people, but I mean, I think Riz, you know, even though I'm not a big fan of Sound of Metal, I think Riz kind of delivers a very undeniable performance. I think Stephen Yeun is incredible in Minari, and then Hopkins. Like,
Yeah.
are we going to even have it? We're not going to have a really too much of a conversation about that, because it's one of the great performances I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I understand Oldman being gone, but also for the purposes of this game, I think Chadwick should be gone as well.
Honestly, Ryan, I kind of agree with you.
Thank you very much.
I think that
I
he
would
is
not-
very good in that movie. I do, but
I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for bringing it up, but like in the comments
I
and stuff. But
I just also feel like the other three are stronger performances here. And
Yeah.
I even think there are other things that I would talk about that I like a little bit more than Chadwick Boseman in that film. It's not to say that he's bad,
No.
but I think there is stronger work out there, honestly. I do.
Yeah.
He is electric as a presence in that movie, but I do agree that the performance itself is a little over the top.
Mark, what do you think? Am I
I
crazy?
think it's his. Yeah, I think so. I think it's his character that's over the top more than I think the performance goes with that, and I think it all revolves around how
Mm.
over the top he is and all the characters reacting around him. So, for me, Boseman is the winner if I had to pick. So,
Mm.
stating that now because it sounds like we're removing him, and I won't
Yes.
be able to pick him later. So, but that was my favorite performance, lead supporting male female that year.
Okay.
I loved
All
him.
right. Well, Mark, I'm sorry to say this, but it looks like Chadwick Boseman is gone.
It's okay.
And Gary Oldman is. Wait, did we keep him? What? I heard everybody say let's keep Gary Oldman.
I said
No, that is
think-
not what we
I'm
said.
good. I'm
think-
good. Moving on.
I think he's very good in that movie. Okay.
I thought you was going to be the one in danger. I'm happy that you.
Absolutely
you
not with this group.
Okay.
I would. I mean, Mads Mikkelsen was thrown out there.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just have the conversation now. Delroy Lindo,
Yes.
The Five Bloods.
Egregious that he's not nominated for that.
One of the most egregious misses from the Academy in so many years. It's. I mean, I understand they have sometimes an allergy to Spike films, but I still do not understand how this movie was not a across the board contender for them this year. It's such a good movie, and easily one of Spike's best films of the decade so far. There's another film I'll talk about later. I'd also like to consider Jude Law for The Nest. I think he's incredible in that film.
Yeah.
That's a two-hander as well. That's
We'll
Sean-
talk about her.
we're gonna talk about her. There's
you
no
know
way
where you know where I'm going.
Yes. Anybody else that you guys like to consider? Would you guys like to consider Tom Hardy for Capone?
No.
No.
I'll gladly pass
I think-
on that one.
I think
Honestly, not as bad of a movie as people give it credit for.
That's what you claim.
Yeah.
I
ju-
think
I-
Mads.
Mads and Delroy, I think are.
Yeah.
I think it might just be the easiest thing to do, right?
The only
Yeah.
there are two other people that I would throw out
Oh,
that I would mention. One is Clayne Crawford in The Killing of Two Lovers. I think that movie is great. And the other is Shobhi Durisu for His House.
okay.
Very good in that movie. Yeah.
I'd
To
also
be clear, I wouldn't pick either of them, but I feel like they should
just
be
give 'em a
part of
shout
the
out.
conversation.
Yeah.
if we're just throwing out names, I do think Ben Affleck is very good in The Way Back.
I knew someone was going to.
I think he is very good. I wouldn't nominate him, but I think he's very good
He's very
in
good.
that movie.
The smart,
Yeah.
the smart money was betting on me to mention Ben Affleck on this floor. That was probably the smart money, but no, not
Well,
today.
no, but
No.
not today. No,
But
you would have
now-
lost
now
that
if
bet.
if we were doing 2010, I might have for the
Yeah.
town. but,
Yeah, for
you
the
know.
town. Ethan Hawke and Tesla. No,
No,
You got to mention Ethan Hawke somewhere, Ryan. I know.
just
that movie is.
well, we might be mentioning him a lot more in the modern year that we're talking about this year.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's
the only
really
other
going
one,
for that. You know,
The only other one that I would want to throw out is Kingsley Ben-Adir in One Night in Miami.
he's
He is
very
so-
good.
He's very good in that movie.
Very good in that movie. Well, I also think that was it Eli Gorey? Is this his name? Or George? The guy, the actor that plays Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, in One Night in Miami.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, he's good.
I think he's very
Not
good.
a lead.
I mean,
everybody's good in that movie.
Aldous Hodge.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
everybody in that movie is
Everyone in
fantastic.
that movie's great.
They're all
Yeah.
great.
Should have been snatching up ensemble prizes left and right.
Yep, exactly.
Eli Gorey, I think is
Okay, I was
How you
correct.
say
on
his
that.
name.
All right, cool.
that plays Cassius. So yeah,
Just to throw him out here, John David Washington for Tenet, because he is the protagonist. No, just kidding.
I honestly was considering, but I think we have many better names. But I think he's really good in Malcolm and not Malcolm and Marie. What is the name of the movie?
Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
Malcolm
the
and
name.
Marie.
It is
of the
Malcolm
movie,
and
yeah.
Marie. I don't know why that didn't sound right.
Yeah,
Memory.
the one where we all thought, yeah, this is coming on strong. Zendaya,
And
yeah,
crashing the best actress
she's
race.
gonna win it.
Yeah.
All right.
Nope.
We'll
I
talk
saw.
about her. Oh,
I remember when the Hollywood Reporter went big on that for
Oh,
like
I remember too.
a week,
yeah.
and I was like, my God, we
you were
really
so
did.
good in that though.
Oh, you really like that movie, huh? Huh, Mark?
Oh, I like her. I like her a ton in
Okay.
that movie. I think she's terrific. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe she's
You guys
probably
don't?
gonna get
Well, I guess we'll talk
Honestly,
about it
I
in a second.
remember like barely anything from that movie.
I try to forget everything Sam Levinson's done.
I remember her being good, but it is
really-
like all it is just a memory.
I just
Yeah.
remember her angrily making Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah. Don't mention food,
Yeah.
Dan. I'm
Yeah.
hungry right now.
Right?
All right, so I think it's pretty easy what we need to do in this category.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's Delroy Lindo,
Yeah.
and I think it's Ben Mickelson to go along with Stephen Yeun, Riz Ahmed, and Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Mark, out of those 5, who would you give it to?
So since you took away my Bozeman pick, my next highest, and I know I'll be alone with this, is Riz Ahmed
Riz
for
Ahmed.
Sentimental.
All right, Josh.
It is so close for me between Riz Ahmed and Anthony Hopkins. Like I could almost like do a tie in terms of how much I love both of those performances. But there's
good.
one that I do like just a little bit more, and it is Anthony Hopkins in The Father, which is just a performance that I can just watch 2 minutes of it and it will immediately devastate me. And it touches me in a way that very few performances do. And by the very slightest of margins, I have to pick him over Riz Ahmed.
Dan.
Anthony Hopkins in The Father is the best performance in this category, the best performance of the year, quite possibly the best performance of the decade, certainly the best performance of Anthony Hopkins' career, and he deserved this Oscar.
Wow.
So this would be very close between Anthony Hopkins and Delroy Lindo for me. I think what Delroy does in that movie is absolutely incredible.
That monologue in the
That
jungle.
is stunning.
Yeah, that's
Stunning.
it's yeah, incredible stuff. But Anthony Hopkins is like, it's one of those where you're like, didn't know you still had this in you.
Mm.
And then you watch it and you're like, my God, this is some of the most detailed, heartbreaking work I've seen, especially about somebody that is suffering from this illness. And I think Josh, you said it, or maybe it was Dan that said, like, having a family member that's had this, it not only is effective in terms of what it does in the film, it then has like this feeling as you're watching it, this like sort of 90-minute movie, starts to sort of plays out like a horror film. And I think the reason why it plays out like a horror film is because it's located in the familiarity of having that feeling of what it's like to see someone that you love slowly lose themselves. So I think Hopkins, I listen, I remember that year just being like, guys, I understand what happened with Chadwick was truly terrible, but like, this is like one of those like all timers we're standing right here in front of.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
I do not agree with what the Oscars did to try to have, I mean, like,
it was
hear
dumb.
me out.
It was
Hear me out.
dumb.
If they had got that moment on the stage with his wife, we had mostly just seen her on the couch accepting awards left and right, virtually. If they would have had that as the last moment of the night, would it have, I mean, it would have been kind of like how we had it with Ledger or how we've had it in the past, where it just would have been very emotional, but it took away from Best Picture and it led to this very awkward moment. And that's why it's like, you can't manufacture these Oscar moments. You can't do that. And it
Well,
bit
it was
him
like
in the
bad
ass
in two different ways
because
like,
he wasn't
it's bad-
there.
Well, it's bad in the fact that it ends with Best Actor, not with Best Picture. So you're already sort of annoyed with the presentation order, but then you don't even get the moment that you engineered this for in the first place. So now it's even worse.
And then to make it even worse, I
You
felt
had Joaquin Phoenix giving the prize. Like,
exactly,
oh
which
my
is
God.
you're trying to like equate River Phoenix and Chadwick Boseman in the and use people's.
Well, I think it's just because he was the
Yeah,
Best
it's just
Actor
'cause
winner. I think.
yeah.
Well, I understand
From
that,
the previous year.
but
Yeah.
actor doesn't give it to actor; he gives it to actress.
Well,
Usually
they've gone back
but-
and forth with
yeah,
that.
they go back
category
traditionally.
for a while.
I mean, traditionally,
Yeah.
for as
Tradition.
long as I can remember, it had been that way. Yes, over the last couple of years, like Killian gave it to Adrian Brody last year.
Yeah, they've been
So it's
doing the
kinda-
same people.
They've
in
been,
the category now. Yeah.
they've been doing it weird, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so that felt so like, oh, this fell into our lap because of the winner last year. He had somebody die. This guy is dead. Let's make this moment. And it's like it felt very much like that, like someone came up with that in the room.
I
right?
don't think they were honestly thinking.
Oh,
that.
I
I think
totally
they were just
believe
like
it.
I
Joaquin
don't
Phoenix
think
won Best
so.
Actor last
Yeah,
year. He
no,
will
yeah.
present
Because
Best
he
Actor
literally
this year.
mentions
Yeah, it's
River
not
Phoenix.
that complicated.
Oh,
Right.
I think it's totally that.
Like I
they're-
think they absolutely thought about it after, but I don't think that was an
No.
animating
I think they
force.
thought about it at the time. There's no way that man talked about River Phoenix literally the year before. It's like it's one of the biggest like, what if we lost a movie star there, and to have that sort of fall back in their lap, there's no way in hell they needed to break tradition that they had done for like 20-30 years straight of handing actor to the best actress winner and they did it even on the night they had the previous supporting winners go and do the normal tradition. So for me, man, it was such a mistake to do it, but they gave it to this performance. And the other thing was Hopkins didn't even send in a celebration. He wasn't even there live virtually.
Well, they didn't allow him to.
They didn't allow him to be there
Couldn't.
either.
Yeah.
So it's like, so they deserved the moment of absolute embarrassment and just like Joaquin Phoenix standing up there being like, what the fuck's going on? Why did I stay here all night? And
And it's the
out
last
here for
award
this
too,
thing?
so it's like now he's just awkwardly up there, not handing an Oscar to anybody. Yeah,
Yep.
it's just everything about
So
that
terrible.
decision terrible.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the whole last 30 minutes of this is an absolute fumbling of just how to run the show in general. And it just
But you know who loved it?
who did?
James Franco and Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, because it got them out of it, right?
Yeah, they said, "Oh, we're not the worst anymore."
And you know who they got a call from? They got a call from Neil Patrick Harris too, and they were like, you know what? I think we actually aren't that bad anymore.
And they said, buckle up because wait one more year. there might be even more competition of the worst ceremony.
Yeah, there you go.
Seriously.
Well, Anthony Hopkins, all-time performance. Dan, you're right. It's one of those 5 to 10 best performances of the decade so far. And I still say, and I will say this is again, not having Chadwick is in movies nowadays is just an absolute devastating loss. It's such a huge loss. I mean, I watched that clip of him going to like the AFI tribute for Denzel all the time, and I went, that was the next guy. That was the next movie star. He would make mid-level Tony Scott movies with somebody, and it would make $300 million easily. Like that's who I think Chad, and also
with Ryan Coogler,
with Ryan Coogler or somebody.
Yeah.
No, with anybody, like because he made like that one Bridges movie or whatever where he was like a cop and
Bridges, yeah,
and it made decent money. He was going to have brand recognition the rest of his life, and it was so abrupt and sad, and it's just a damn shame that we don't have him around anymore. And yeah, I do think Coogler and Michael B. Jordan kind of carry his legacy on. He just got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah. It was a very emotional ceremony if you want to see that online. But Anthony Hopkins, much like the Oscars, is our winner here. All right, Josh. It's time. You know what to talk about.
This is the
Best Actress.
that started it all.
Yes, Best Actress. Boy, I'm so glad to get this category right, honestly. I just have to say that. That was tough. I was very happy. Okay, so Best Actress. Our nominees are Frances McDormand in Nomadland, who was the winner, Viola Davis in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day in The United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby in Pieces of a Woman, and Carey Mulligan in Promising Young Woman.
What a just ugh. What a just a
Yeah.
happy bunch of performances here.
I like these performances. I think they're all good.
I would take out.
I think they're good. I'd still advocate
I have some ones that I
using the-
absolutely want in here, but I think as a whole, I don't have a huge problem with this category, honestly.
No, I'd still advocate using the bomb.
I would too. I would.
Wow.
If we have it available to
I
us
mean-
and we lose it after this time, and
Well, I mean, we
think-
just start over with a
only-
new.
Yeah,
with
it
a
just
new
resets,
bummer.
that's
yeah,
all.
just resets to
There's
next year.
It's
'cause
once a
we're-
year.
It's once a
I
year.
know.
I agree.
I'm
So
just
it's like if we
saying,
there's-
yeah.
There's 3 performances that I would be okay getting rid of, but there's 2 that I would have a hard time.
What are the 2 you want to keep, Mark?
I would want to keep Viola,
Mhm.
and I'd
Mhm.
want to keep Vanessa.
Okay. Sounds like I got some support to get rid of some other performances there.
I'm open. I'm open to Frances being removed.
Well, she's
and,
she's not going anywhere, Mark. So you can get that. Out.
Oh, damn it. See, I'd almost be okay with the Oppenheimer just to have her.
Oh.
removed. 'Cause
Um,
The others are just collateral damage you will
Yeah.
accept.
Yeah.
You can't.
he won't
add
have
it
any
back,
moral
right?
scruples over that. He'll
Yeah.
just be like, he'll be totally fine.
Like once you use Oppenheimer, you can't put any of them back in with a new
No.
5, right?
No, yeah, no,
Okay,
it wipes
then
it
my-
clean.
Then my vote is I'll vote Oppenheimer on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Let's go.
Let's do
would
it.
get rid of Andra Day or Andra Day.
She's
Um,
she's the 5.
That movie
Yeah.
stinks.
Yeah, it's a bad
And
movie.
it's a
And even her
bad-
performance is like she's okay, but
She's
you know.
okay, but like it's just miserable. I think Pieces of a Woman and Vanessa Kirby. She didn't win a prize all season long out of all of these 4, and that's rightfully so. That movie is really
So good.
the product of a very emotional, like 1-track opening 40 minutes kind of, or like 20 minutes or whatever.
She
And
is
the rest-
incredible in it, though.
Then the rest of it is just one
It's
of
a
the
slog.
most miserable slogs you'll have to get through.
It's not a
Uh,
great movie,
No.
but it's got a lot of good performances. I would
Carey
She
Mulligan
She's pretty good.
is not, and I'm going to say it now, she's not even the best Carey lead actress performance of the year. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Viola Davis is actually very, very good at Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And Frances
She's really the
McDormand
only
is,
person that I would want to keep.
and I love Frances in Nomadland.
I do too.
I think she's incredible in the film. And of her wins, I think it's a better win than 3 Billboards. It's up there for me with Fargo as some of the best work of her career. So I would not use the Oppenheimer in order to then, because I don't want to get rid of Frances and Viola. Josh,
Yeah.
or do you want to use it? You kind of want to use it, don't you?
I kind of do want to use it just
All right.
to use it, which is like the American thing to do, isn't it?
Right,
We gotta do. Let's
exactly.
just use it.
Like,
we have
in the
it.
spirit in which it was intended.
Because I'm with you, Ryan. Like I do really love Frances McDormand and Viola Davis. Like those are 2 performances that I adore. But I think we can make the category better, or at least more interesting. And like it's the last one of the year. Why not?
All right.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it because I didn't remember watching these 5 performances for Kevin's show and just going, good God. This is like there's one good movie and a half another good movie, and then the rest are just absolute. And also, listen, the Mulligan train would still be at the station if we used the Oppenheimer, because this is where, oh my God, the fucking the fucking shit of this is when Mulligan's like the trade for Mulligan.
This is how she can still win.
This is how she can
Yes.
still win.
No,
Yeah.
sorry, no.
Which, to be fair, great meme though.
Yeah,
Incredible meme.
We're still using it today.
Exactly.
I think that's incredible. But
I was using it in the Maestro year. I was like, wait, this is how Carey Mulligan actually can still win for Promising Young Woman. Not even Maestro. Yeah. All right. We are Josh just pressed the button. And
I think this is the first time we've actually used it.
This is the first time we've used the
yeah.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so
Which
excited.
is a terrible name for this award, and this designation, and so we just call it the bomb pick, but then everybody refers
but we
back
slip
to
into calling it the Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I think that's what we started calling it. We should probably just call it.
Yeah, and then we were just like, and I was like, let's not call it that anymore, and yet it stays around.
It
All right.
sticks. Unfortunately,
So we have 5 new nominees for this category, so we have some fun to play around with. And I'm going to throw her out there to start, so we could just throw it out here and get this nomination already ready to go.
Lock it in.
Carrie Coon for The Nest.
There we go.
That's right.
that's one. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's one.
I have another that I really do want locked in, and that's Nicole Bahari in Miss Juneteenth.
Thank you, Josh. I was going to bring her up
Ab-
as well. It needs to be here.
absolute.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like it.
I'm with
I
you.
like it a
Yep.
lot.
And if I may bring up a third, Sydney Flanagan in Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. I think that is a requirement.
I agree with all 3 of those. I still want to advocate for Zendaya if that's possible for Malcolm and Marie.
I thought that was next year, though. I thought that was 2021.
Well,
Nope,
it came out in February, so it
it
was
was
one.
one. They like threw it out. Netflix threw it out there right at like the last
Right
second.
at the end.
Yeah.
You said Sydney Flanagan.
I mean, if we're going with black women in black and white movies, I much prefer Rada Blank in the 40-year-old version.
I like
to
that one.
Zendaya in Malcolm and Marie.
Hang on one second. Never, rarely, sometimes, always. There's other performances I consider over that. But
Elizabeth Moss and Shirley.
yes. Oh wait, did I say that so loud?
Or in The Invisible Man. Like, pick your Elizabeth Moss performance. She's great in both.
I think Jessie Buckley is really great, and I'm thinking
Yes.
of many things.
Yes.
Our future Best Actress winner.
Yes.
Who's the lead actress for Quavada Saida?
I was going to mention her
Jasmine
too.
Zabanic. Yes.
Yeah, I
that
think
is a
her
non-negotiable for me.
So, Janessa, right?
Jasmila Zabanic.
Jasmine Zabanic. Okay. That's not how her name's coming up, but all right. I do not. I'm gonna have Dan pronounce it because I don't want to screw it up.
Or Jasna. Wait, no, that's the director. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the director. The actress's name is Jajna Durici.
Thank you.
Or something like that. I don't
See?
know.
I thought I was going crazy.
It's probably where did it go? It's probably. Are you talking about Yasna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Yasna Duracek is how I would imagine it
Duracek.
or pronounced.
Cool.
Just from knowing NBA players.
Thank you. Thank you to the whitest man here for trying
Duracek.
to explain that.
I'm probably way wrong, but it's Duracek is how I would probably say it.
Okay. Well, there's we've got a lot of people here so far. There's Eliza Scanlon for Baby Teeth as well.
Yes, she's great.
Someone I consider. What do we all think of Michelle Pfeiffer in French Exit?
I love her in that
Honestly,
movie.
I like French Exit.
I
thought
like that
was
movie.
actually a good movie.
It's very cute. I quite like
that
it.
movie. And
can I get out my fun suggestion for this category?
well, Christine Milioti for Palm Springs is right there. Right?
She's nice, but Sarah Paulson for Run.
Which one was Run?
Nobody.
Forgot about Run.
Oh my god!
Where she's got like Munchausen's for 20 years. One
Did
thing
that
where
count
she's
as a
making her daughter sick?
Was that a TV thing or was that?
Yeah.
It was
I think
going
it
to go to theaters, and then in the pandemic, it just went straight to Hulu.
Okay.
But it had a committed theatrical release
Yeah.
beforehand, which they said counted.
Meryl Streep in The Prom? Anyone?
No.
Kidding.
Absolutely not. No.
Kidding.
No.
Um,
God, no.
So it sounded like we had
I've got Carrie Coon,
three
Nicole
for sure.
Bahari,
Yeah.
and Sydney Flanagan seem to be like the three non-negotiables. And then Yasna Jurek
Yeah,
for
Yasna
Clavada
Jurek.
Saida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have one spot left, really.
I have one more to throw out, and that's Alfred Woodard in Clemency.
Oh.
Was that this year?
Or
was that the year?
I'll sign,
Or the
I'd
next
sign
year?
off on that.
Josh?
That's
No,
this year.
I think it's this year.
No, because she won the BAFTA for Clemency the next year, right? Or was it this year?
No.
Am I wrong about that? Because if
No,
that's
I think it was
if
this
she-
year.
if she's up, no, because Frances won the BAFTA.
Yeah, she won the BAFTA. I'm looking at the BAFTA lineup. She's in the BAFTA lineup.
She's in the BAFTA
yeah.
lineup.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case,
Then
well,
she
there's
should
also-
be in.
there's Julia Garner in the
Yeah.
assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and Aubrey Plaza in Black Bear.
Oh yes. Oh, love Aubrey Plaza.
I got
and Black
one.
Bear.
This is it. This is the final spot. I got it. Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman 1984.
You know, if you hadn't brought her up, Ryan, I was going to.
Zoe Deutsch is really
I
good
like
in a
what-
movie called Buffaloed, by the way.
Yeah, she's
Very, very
fantastic
good.
in that.
She's very
Yeah.
I
good.
like the Woodard pick.
I think
Yeah.
Alfred Woodard would be really good here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, and also in this too, just pointing this out. Not that obviously this has to matter in the sense of the context of what we did with the Oppenheimer. But if we nominate Nicole Bahari and we nominate Alfred Woodard, we nominate two black women,
Yeah.
which is what the Oscars did. And it's the only second time in the Academy's history that's happened. And it's only happened when somebody has had to play Billie Holiday. So it would be nice in the world. It's true. It's true,
Yeah,
Dan.
it is. I know. It's great. It's one of those things that is just like so.
it's like-
oh my god.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
yeah.
right.
And also, it took a massive pandemic in order for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
Alfred Woodard, Nicole Bahari, fantastic performances.
Great.
I would consider. I think Alfred Woodard.
I think so.
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
All right, Alfred Woodard.
See, I told you this is a good bomb pick.
Yeah.
A good
Good
time
bomb
to
pick.
use
You
it.
know what?
Yeah.
It really is. All right,
Worth the loss of a couple good ones. Remove one in particular.
I'm telling you, I think the Promising Young Woman fans are going to kill us in the comments. But that's fine. Nicole Bahari for Juneteenth, Carrie Coon for The Nest, Jasna Jurek for Clavada Saida. Sorry if I got that wrong. Sydney Flanagan for Never Rarely, Sometimes Always, and Alfred Woodard for Clemency.
That is a killer lineup.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
great.
proud of us.
Sorry, Oscars, we just destroyed you
It's really
in
good.
a matter of 5 minutes. Because tell me if Kevin Jacobson invited you onto that podcast, that wouldn't be what you wanted to watch those movies instead of the 5 that I had to watch for that. It's not a shot at Kevin in the show. It's a shot at the Academy for making us have to watch those films in order to prepare for that episode. This is a much better, I think, quality of cinema, as well as also a really good mix of various things. Josh, Mr. Best Actress. Who would you give the Oscar to?
For me, it is no question that I am voting for Nicole Bahari.
right.
That is one of my favorite performances, and a performance I still think about often and think it is a crime that it went so undervalued throughout this entire season. I think that's like one of those performances that comes out in the 70s as like an automatic nomination. I think she is so incredibly devastating in that without being over the top by it. And it is one of the most captivating screen performances I've ever seen. So easily my vote is Nicole Bahari.
Gotham Award winner. Correct?
Yes. Her and
Sean?
Riz Ahmed, I think, were the two.
I think you are correct there, sir. Mark Johnson.
It's lost forever because it was on awards circuit. But I do an annual breakthrough performers list, and I can never say it. Is it Bahari?
Yeah, Nicole Bahari.
Yeah, Bahari was my number 2 that year behind Kirby. Kirby was my winner for breakthrough.
So,
For this, I would, but I just want to say how much I agree. I love that performance. But for me, this is Carrie Coon because it will always be Carrie Coon when she's in the running.
Yeah, that's correct. My vote is for Carrie Coon. She was actually my Best Actress winner of the year on my personal ballot. I even said many times that year the best performance by a Carrie is Carrie Coon in The Nest. I think what she does in that movie is phenomenal. I think Sean Durkin's just a wonderful filmmaker and gets absolutely fucking fantastic performances from his actors. Everybody fell in love with Durkin, I think, over the last couple of years with the Iron Claw. And I have loved him since Martha Marcy May Marlene. But this, I think, is his best film. The two performances in this movie are absolutely incredible. And I think Kuhn is like on another level. And it's her best work of her career, probably outside The Leftovers. And so Carrie Coon is my winner. Dan Bayer.
I would normally say Yasna Juricic for Quo Vadis Aida. That is an incredible
Be
performance.
my runner-up.
Just her face in that is incredible. Normally, I would say that, but I don't know. Given the situation we currently find ourselves in, I kind of want to throw my vote to Nicole Bahari and see what happens in the tiebreaker.
You and your damn shit. Like, what is Eric Anderson on this show?
Wait,
we were
I
so
had to bring
close.
his spirit in somehow.
We were so close.
What's the tiebreaker rule?
So the tiebreaker rule is then we go to who would be our second in the category and kind of basically preferential ballot it until we get the right winner. So, or somebody else emerges because maybe second place votes is what takes somebody over the top. All right, Josh, back to you. Who would be your runner-up in the category?
My runner-up, I think, would be Alfre Woodard.
All right. Love it. No, I love it. She's great in that film. All right. Dan, your runner-up would be?
Yasna Juricic.
All right. And then Mark, your runner-up would be?
Well, I have to lie because otherwise.
No, you don't have to lie. Just tell the truth. Don't be like this. I hate when we get
Bahar.
It's Bahari. All right. And then mine would be Daruchik for Quo Vadis Aida. So I think based off of that logic, Nicole Bahari is our winner.
Great
Awesome.
All right. Nicole Bahari.
I hate you guys.
That is, we are officially the coolest awards giving body on the planet now.
It's a good pick.
It is a wonderful pick. Miss Juneteenth.
Yes. We got a Black Best Actress winner again. Yes.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
I just still am waiting for the day when the Oscars give one to a Carrie. No, I'm just kidding. It's a great pick. We did the right thing. We blew up that category.
Yeah.
Honestly, any five of those women could have won. Obviously, Mark and I had our preference, but Bahari, what a great performance.
And Carrie Coon is great too. Like I wouldn't have been mad at her winning either.
Yeah,
Those are all great performances.
Fucking Dan. Dan.
Yeah.
Director.
Yes. This best director
Could have gone close to this one too. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, this would have been a good use of the Oppenheimer. I think maybe.
The nominees were David Fincher for Mank, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman, Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round, and the winner, Chloé Zhao for Nomadland.
Well, Emerald Fennell can get kicked out of this category.
I would actually argue strongly against that because I think like even if you have an issue with the screenplay, as you said you do, Ryan, I think the direction of Promising Young Woman is so striking.
There's other directors I would consider.
Okay.
There's only one that I would argue to keep or advocate to keep, and that's Lee Isaac Chung from Minari. The rest of them do what you want. But let's
I like the way Mark said, do with it what you want.
I would get rid of Fincher. I respect that man a great deal, but there are certain choices he makes in Mank that just break that movie for me, and I can't get past him.
Not getting rid of David Fincher. You guys need to stop this. Yeah.
I mean, we have already 2 who are willing to do it, so.
I mean,
Josh.
if I'm just being honest with you.
Come on, Josh, don't.
Which, by the way, I feel like I have this reputation like I hate Mank. I don't. I actually think Mank is a good movie. I just think there are many better movies ahead of it.
What does this man have to do to just keep an Oscar nomination, let alone win one? Fucking shit.
I love Fincher, and Mank is in my top 10 of the year, but I can agree with taking him out. I think there's 5 we can come up with.
Fine. Emerald Fennell's gone, though. I'm getting rid of Fincher. I'm getting rid of Emerald Fennell.
That's fine.
Thank you.
I'm okay with that.
Because I'm not getting rid of Thomas Vinterberg. That's a great nomination.
That is a fantastic.
Chloe's wonderful, and Lee Isaac Chung's.
Yeah.
That direction is very, very, very good as well.
Yeah.
So. All right.
Fine.
Let's do best director. Let's throw them out.
Jasmine Lisbonich for Quo Vadis Aida.
Okay.
Her. I know that we have feelings because of his latest movie, but I still think that Florian Zeller's work on The Father is like one of the most incredible debuts I've ever seen. I was really shocked to know that it was a debut and it was somebody who was in theater before. It feels so assured as a cinematic piece of storytelling that I'm still blown away by it.
It is god tier work, and that must have been all he had in him.
Truly, I guess so.
Gone for the next movie.
Yeah, I agree with Zeller for The Father, and the other one that I was going to mention was, and Ryan might be with me, but Christopher Nolan for Tenet.
Correct. I would be with you on that one. I think what Nolan does there is, I mean, he's the only one with the scale to be able to make a movie like that these days, and or even this year. No one's operating on that type of scale of any movie that was released, and I think he executes it to perfection. I would also say Spike Lee for Da 5 Bloods. I think it's some of Spike's best direction that year as well. And plus, really, Spike getting in for anything is also for Da 5 Bloods, to me, is also because I can't get him in for David Byrne's American Utopia because that was submitted for the Emmys. And that was my favorite film of the year. So anything for Da 5 Bloods would be wonderful. Thank you very much. Sean Durkin for The Nest would also be someone I consider. But really, my two loves would be Mr. Nolan and Mr. Lee. There's also Mr. Charlie Kaufman for I was going to say Charlie Kaufman. I'm thinking of Ending Things as one of the best directed films of the year. Yeah,
that's a good pick. I wanted to throw out Eliza Hittman for Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always.
Yep.
And shouting out a documentary, Kirsten Johnston for Dick Johnson Is Dead.
Oh, yes.
Another movie Josh. That completely devastated me when I saw it.
All right, Josh. Now we're talking. Yeah. Woo. Because, man, that movie is one of the best documentaries.
Yeah.
There are 2 documentaries this year that I absolutely love. And one is Dick Johnson Is Dead. I'd also like to consider Amanda McBain and Jesse Moss for their direction of a documentary called Boy State.
Okay.
I think Boy State might be the horror movie of the decade.
Truly.
Because it is, if you guys don't know what this, if anybody out there doesn't know what Boy State is, it is about this rite of passage, sort of like they bring 1,100 kids from across the state of Texas to basically do a mock government at the Capitol. And it is truly, it starts off very optimistic with all these kids going, and then all of our worst political tendencies, both on the left and the right, sort of come into focus. and in the tribalism of politics kicks in. I think it's truly. I mean, it wasn't nominated for a documentary. It should have been. It is a literal like warning.
Oh yeah, it is.
That our country is fucked if these are what the kids are doing at a mock political event. And
it's only gotten worse, honestly. Like it was bad watching that movie then, but to watch it now, it's like, oh, this is accelerated very quickly.
They did one called Girl State, which was like a follow up to all of it, and also like a female version of it, and they do have that as well. That documentary didn't have quite the fear or shock value as this one does, because this was the first one out the gate. Truly some of the most effective documentary filmmaking. But yeah, Kirsten Johnson, Dick Johnson is dead. One of the great documentaries, and I just never
creative.
Forget the ending of that, and having those loved ones all around him, and to watch his own funeral, and her not being able to get out of the recording box in her house because she's so devastated at reading those final lines. It's impeccable work.
Yeah.
And we don't nominate enough directors for their documentarian work.
I mean, documentaries in general don't.
No,
get
they don't.
The love that they deserve.
It's the next thing in the next 20, 30 years that honestly needs to break through, like we have with international, like we've had in the past with animated films. Documentaries are films too, and they should be considered in 10 best.
And we get another woman in the lineup too, like we did with Best Actress. You know, we wiped that slate clean, but still had 2 black women. We'd able to have 2 women in this category.
Yes, we would with that, or with Kavada Saida.
Yeah.
Mark, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, for as much as I shit on 2020, and I do think it's the single worst year in film history, I do think it was an exceptional year for documentaries. There were so many great ones. I think another one that would be worthy of director is David France for Welcome to Chechnya.
Yeah.
You guys remember that one?
Oh yeah.
That's a crazy doc. But yeah,
I was so upset it didn't get into visual effects. Because this is like the only year where a movie like that could have done that, and I really wanted that.
Yes. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. So there's a lot of great documentaries.
Also, just want to mention Shaka King for Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm just throwing names out there at this point. But was to Ryan Coogler's dismay snubbed. Which once again, and I say this every year, but I really actually had to say it recently about snubs at the Globes that happened a couple of weeks ago, or last week or whatever. Snubs are egregious things that happen that we all can agree on that are missed opportunities. Wicked missing the Golden Globe for musical comedy. It's not a snub. It's not a snub. Given the critical response, it's not a surprise. It's kind of like, oh wow,
surprising.
It's a little surprising. It's not a snub. There's a little difference.
A good example of a snub would be to leave Sinners off of your list of the top 20 films of the year. That would be what I would.
But again, those are objective lists. I mean, would it?
Pretend.
Yeah, it's in my 10, but you know.
Anyway, so it sounds like Zeller is our 4. What's the 5? Because we threw out.
I did not throw Florian Zeller into.
I know you didn't, but I think the 3 of us are.
Are you all 3 getting Florian Zeller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you not hear us talk about the movie?
Yeah, he seemed like a no-brainer when we just talked about it. So,
see, Ryan just blocked everybody else's opinions out.
Well, listen, he's got his screenplay. He's fine. He doesn't need to.
And he deserves director too.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, Ryan, does Paul Thomas Anderson not deserve both nominations for director and screenplay this year?
Florian Zeller
win Best Director.
Florian Zeller wishes he was fucking.
That's not the question, Ryan. I'm asking: are the achievements of
this man wouldn't be in my 10 for director, let alone
not
5.
the question, Ryan?
No, I do not think he should be nominated. He's got his little award, and he's fine.
Okay, but if you think both of those achievements are great, and you would advocate for both, right?
Sure.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing.
Why?
Like we like the writing and the directing.
What's the
5th? Well,
what's the 5th?
I mean, for me, it's
Nolan, Spike Lee. What we said a few.
For me, it's Charlie Kaufman in that 5th spot. I think what he does with that movie is insane.
I would nominate Spike Lee, not Christopher Nolan.
I thought you were gonna do Nolan, honestly.
Nah, he loves Spike too much.
I love them both.
But
I'm
also,
trying to get like
But I also kind of like
other
the
documentary.
But I
in there,
also
too,
kind of
so.
like the idea of Kirsten Johnson getting in there.
I was gonna say like
Big Johnson
everything
is
that you
dead.
were saying about that, Josh, and like Kristen
I mean,
Johnson.
she
like,
would be
that'd
the one I would
really
go with.
cool.
You know what, Josh? I'm gonna go with you on this. Will you go
All
with me on
right.
this, Josh? I'll take Kirsten Johnson for Dick Johnson is dead.
Nice.
I would have Spike in there. Some other people want Florian Zeller. I would want Spike Lee. I'm just saying,
It's
saying.
noted. Yeah.
good
Yes.
choice.
Spike Lee. And I had to get David Fincher out of there, and I couldn't get Spike in there. What's wrong with me? Anyway, what is wrong with me today? All right. Christian Johnson for Dick Johnson is dead. Florian Zeller for the father. Thomas Vinterberg for another round. Mark, your Zoom thing's out of control today.
I know. It's not.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't either.
Lee Isaac Chung for Minari and Chloé Zhao for Nomadland. I'll start. I'll give it to Kirsten Johnson for Dick Johnson instead. Could have really Oppenheimered this category if I did
Yeah,
not.
that's what I was saying.
If David Fincher
actress
and Chloé Zhao weren't there, I love Chloé Zhao's work in that film. I think it's phenomenal work. But there's something about the fact that we could nominate something like Dick Johnson is dead. The sort of empathy machine that movie is. It's a beautiful, beautiful look at of losing your loved ones. I think that that's another thing that like a lot of people went through this year is not being able to properly get to say goodbye to their loved ones. I think between isolation, which is what Chloé Zhao is really at the sort of talking about there with that film and how timely that became. I think Dick Johnson Instead was a movie where like that is a movie about like how do you say goodbye to your loved ones in a meaningful, proper way. And she did the best she could, even though that words and probably even film couldn't express her love for her father the way that she does love her dad. I think it's a beautiful film. I think it's beautiful direction. Let's give it to a documentarian for Christ's sake. That's my FYC pitch. That's by Francis Fisher. FYC
Little film with a big heart.
The little film with a big heart. Mark Johnson.
Lee Isaac Chung.
Lee Isaac Chung from Minari. You like that movie, Mark?
My number one of the year.
Number one of the year. Wow.
Nice.
All right. Mark has some taste. All right. He likes movies? Yeah. Josh.
I am going to vote for Chloé Zhao. I really do love Nomadland, and Chloé Zhao is one of my favorite filmmakers. I love her sensibility with storytelling, and it probably isn't my favorite. I still think maybe The Rider actually I like a little bit more than Nomadland, but
Same.
I still love the film and her direction of it, so I'm going to stick with her.
Josh, you have to say it like Rita Moreno.
Nomadland.
There you go.
We could have done a gag where after we had done like the supporting categories, you should have done
I should have.
Actually, then you should have started with Best Director.
Yeah.
We missed a good gag.
I did, but you know what? I can't do that. That would feel rotten in my core. And I don't want to
funny though.
I don't want to I know Josh, but I just don't want to
funny.
I don't want to associate myself with the terrible decisions that they made. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We have to do it the right way. Dan, your pick for this category.
I'd say let's give it to Kristen Johnston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that movie is it's a perfect way to honor not just incredible direction, but to honor someone really playing around with the form of a documentary and what even is it and what can it be. And that is exactly the sort of work that the Oscars should nominate more often. Yes.
Complete empathy machine for direction there. It's perfect. I love it.
No complaints about that.
No complaints
mark it down.
whatsoever.
Might be the coolest one we've ever done, honestly.
Is it cooler than when we gave Bamboozled Best Picture?
That is the only competition, really, is Bamboozle for Best Picture. But this
Or
is,
come on, Showgirls for Best Picture.
Yeah,
I don't know if cool is what I would describe that. That's more chaotic. I don't know if I would say cool, but
How dare
it
you,
leaves an
Josh.
impact.
How dare you? All right. Best Picture. We're at the last one. The last retrospective category of the year. The winner was Nomadland, The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound and Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. We can replace 4 films. Now, is it easier to say which 4 films we want to keep? I think so. Probably be a little bit more positive here. I would say that based off of our conversations here, Minari would be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Father would be in.
Yeah.
I think Nomadland would be in of this
For
group.
me, it would be.
Yeah, for me it would. I know
It'd be
Dan and Mark
totally
might be
removed.
totally removed.
Take it or leave it.
Totally removed.
Okay, well then I'll put Nomadland
Dan,
in the
be with me
maybes.
on this one, God
I
damn it.
honestly though, Brian, I think because you and I really like that movie and Dan is just sort of like could go whichever way, I think that like leans towards it being in.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
2.5 to 1.5. All right.
I just
Yeah.
think that
I know how the rest of this category is going to go, and I know the fourth for me is not going to get in, so I'm fine with keeping
the
Nomad.
Sound of Metal, the next one that stays in.
To keep.
I assume that one is being kept.
Yeah,
I
then
would
that
keep
one-
Sound of Metal.
Yeah, that's what I would keep, and those are the 4 that I would keep
Yeah. I think that's where I would
based
lean.
off of the group. Like, listen, I
Yeah.
want Mencken.
Yeah, like you have your thing. Like I would obviously
Makes
keep
like-
Promising Young Woman in over Nomadland, but I know that's not happening with this group. So,
Why? Well, I'd keep it in over Nomadland.
oh, you would.
Oh.
Well, in that case,
Wait,
It's my number. It's my number 3 of the year.
let's join
love
forces then.
Wait, so-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
wait. So are we gonna kick Nomadland out?
Why don't?
I
think it-
would
I
not
think it-
be advocating for that personally, but
I think it's that
listen-
the thing is we can do up to
Yeah.
4, and I think Mark and I
Yeah.
are saying that we would also keep Promising Young Woman, so we're only getting rid of 3.
there's only 2 that I would get rid of personally. That's why I think we
Of
need
this
to go the other
lineup?
way. I get what you're. Yeah,
Well,
It's a
you're
weak
gonna
year.
well,
There's
you're
only
gonna get rid of
only two
Nomadland,
I'd
which is
argue.
not happening in this economy. And what's the other one you would get rid of? Trial of the Chicago 7?
Mank.
Mank. You get rid of Mank.
Get rid of Mank.
Oh my fucking god! All right.
I mean, we're
Sorry,
talking about
Ryan.
only 8 films, so
I'm so sorry, Ryan.
Mank is not in my top 10 or top 8 of the year. So
Jesus Christ.
well, we want
Come
to
on, Netflix, give us a fucking 4K so then I can see all the people
Yeah.
online be a bunch of liars about, oh my god, Mank's so great. You know that's gonna happen. You
respect-
fucking know that's
I
gonna
res-
happen.
I respect Mank. I think it is a well put together,
Mank's
well
good.
acted film.
Mank-
I just was bored by it.
I really don't appreciate it.
If Mank was all about the like politics stuff of the time, then it would be an amazing movie. I think
Yeah.
everything having to do with the making of Citizen Kane is
Yeah,
not
right.
interesting.
Right.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Mank good. Movie good. I get it.
Not as good as Tenet though, Ryan. We can get Tenet in there.
It's a
Come
coin
on
flip.
now.
It's a coin flip. So okay, what are we keeping in? The Father, Minari,
Yes.
Minari,
Yeah.
Nomadland,
Nomadland.
Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal.
We're keeping Promising Young Woman? No.
You know what?
Okay,
To be
You
honest,
had
Ryan,
two people
like-
who wanted Nomadland
Yeah.
and 2 people who wanted Promising Young Woman. So
To me, Promising Young Woman.
I'm for getting rid of both at that point. I'd
Well,
be
we
willing
can't
to
get
do
rid
both
of both. Well, we
Promising
can't
Young
get rid of
we're
both.
not doing that.
We'll
And-
get rid of both and
um,
keep Judas and the Black Messiah. There you go.
Yeah, Judas needs to stay. I think.
I think we have 3
Judas is my
films that
number
we
2
definitely want to
of the
keep,
year.
and then there's a debate, I guess, for the 4th one, right? Because Sound of Metal staying, the Father is staying, Minari is staying, right? So then there's a debate of between There is a debate between Nomadland and,
Sounds
and
like-
Promising Young Woman.
No, it sounds like we're keeping both.
So we have to keep both?
We had two people who voted to keep both.
So would that mean remove both? I'm willing.
No,
I'm
you
willing
can't
to
remove
do
both. We
whatever
only
to
have 4
get
spots
over
to
it.
remove.
We were voting for what we wanted to keep.
That's true.
See, we should. You're doing the American. You're doing American Idol. The way that American Idol works, and it's flawed. You need to vote for what you want to remove to get. The
I know,
worst
but it felt like we could have just been removing all of them at this point.
Well, we definitely know like Mank and Trial, I think, are out. We know that for
Mank,
sure.
Trial,
I'm probably the. I figured I'd be the only trial guy.
and Judas and the Black Messiah is out, I think, as well. too.
No, Judas.
Yes.
No, really.
Yes.
I'm the only Judas guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a movie
Wow,
I
that's-
like, but I don't know if it's like one of my favorites.
There's
of
a
the
bunch
year.
of other
Yeah,
fucking
there are
movies I
many
want
other
to.
movies that I would put in here. Over
And I would
that.
make the
Yeah.
argument
number-
then,
my
like
number
Promising
2.
Young Woman. My God, there's so many other movies I'd rather have in there than that.
No,
You know,
it's just a thing.
But I think this is the compromise, though. It's like if we want Nomadland, they would
Yeah.
want Promising Young Woman. I think that's good. I'm okay with
I
that
think the
because
tiebreaker-
I'm not okay with losing Nomadland. Honestly,
No, I'm not.
not.
I
not
think the
okay with
tiebreaker
losing
is it one
Judas,
Best Picture
damn
and
it.
it stays in there, and the other one doesn't.
Come on, that
I'm
has
just saying.
never
No,
been
you know
the
what? I'm-
tiebreaker.
I'm good with that. I'm good with keeping both Nomadland and Promising Young Woman. I think it's a good compromise for
All
everyone.
right, fine. God damn it. God damn it. This makes it tough because now I got to fight for the things I love.
I know
Um,
it does, but that's the nature of compromise.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Then we have 3 spots only. Really thought we were going to have 4 today. Tenet. Throwing it in.
Yeah, Tenet. I'm
Thank
with
you.
That's the only.
Thank
other
you,
one I
Mark.
care
All
about.
right, cool. Tenet's in. 2 other spots. Let's go.
My non-negotiable is Quo Vadis Aida. Unquestionably one of the
Defy
eight
Bloods.
films
Tenet,
of the year.
if Tenet's in, I'll vote for whatever you guys have. I'm good.
That's dangerous, Mark, because
I know-
then that
I
means
know.
anything could get in at this point.
Plus, nothing. I know no one's gonna vote my octopus teacher. And the only other one,
No,
and then
Not a
pieces-
fat
no.
fucking
Not in
chance.
picture, no.
Yeah.
and then
No.
and then pieces of a
Sorry.
woman. So I think I'm alone on most of those. So
Yeah, you're
Tenet
right.
Again,
was
not
the
in
only
picture.
one.
Not in
No.
picture.
Right. So
Defy
I'm good
Defy
if Tenet's in.
Bloods would be the next big one. Like that movie has to get in. Like that.
I mean, we should probably mention the Best Director winner. Dick Johnson is dead.
Yeah. We should.
Sure.
Would be what I replace Promising Young Woman with. The Nest. I'm thinking of ending things.
Thinking of ending things.
Never, rarely,
Uh,
sometimes, always.
Never, rarely,
Yeah.
sometimes, always.
I like Never Rarely. That's great.
By the way, a movie that Josh, I don't know if you guys have seen this movie or not. It was a movie I saw at the time, and I thought it was really, really beautiful, and it played with the form so much with documentary and with sort of telling the true story of these 2 guys, and that's a movie called "I Carry You With Me." I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
ever saw that
yeah,
movie.
I saw that
Yeah.
one.
I think-
I
loved-
liked it.
I
but didn't
loved
Is that
that.
this year, though, or is that next year?
No, it's this year. It's this year.
Is it
'Cause-
this year?
Yeah, because I
think
interviewed
it
the
was
director.
this year. Yeah.
Heidi
That's one of
Newman.
those like straddlers too, because I
Yeah.
think
It
wasn't
really
that a
is.
Sundance 2021 premiere?
It was something like that, and then it
I think they ended up releasing it in the early 2021.
Yeah,
it was in the early 2021 period,
but I do like that movie a lot. Yeah,
It's really, really good. It's quite beautiful and very relevant story about these 2 Mexican boys that meet each other and fall in love, and then they immigrate to this country, and then the second act is the documentary style of where they're at now. Really good stuff. Just wanted to throw that out there. It's not going to have a chance in hell in here, but it was one I wanted to mention on this entire show.
I would also mention Wolfwalkers.
yeah, love Wolf Walkers.
Yes.
You guys walking wolves?
I love.
I love that movie so
Wolfwalkers.
much.
Yeah, oh,
Right,
it's
me
so
too.
good.
So great.
Yeah.
In my top 10 that year.
Same.
Same.
Not in mine, but I get it.
Ryan doesn't like kids, everybody.
Okay, I'll take that. That's fine. Dan loves kids. Yeah, exactly. So don't even start. It's like I know you. And it's like, Mark, you like kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love 'em.
Okay. You love them.
I would hope so.
Yeah. He's got
Not
children.
in
I've
that
got two of
way,
them.
Ryan.
He's got two of them.
Well,
Okay. So, where do we fall? Oh, another round.
Yeah.
That's
Another
one to
round two.
consider. It's. I mean, didn't we nominate Mads?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Thomas Vinterberg. And isn't it in screenplay? No. Am I
No,
wrong
I
about that?
don't
No,
think we
it's
did
not.
I
screenplay.
don't think we
do
did
screenplay.
screenplay.
But we nominated it in those other two. We kept those nominations.
Yeah.
No, there's something to consider. It's a great movie, by the way.
Mhm.
Mads is so good. Talk about a guy.
Matt
Don't agree with him politically on anything, but like, my God, just what a great actor, truly. Okay. So we have choices. We've got only 3 slots.
Yeah.
This is where it gets tough. So Mark and I were big Tenet guys. And then Mark said he would put anything in to the other 2 spots in order to get that in. That is a bold statement to make on one of these episodes.
Wolfwalkers preferably would be my second.
I was going to say, but I
Yeah.
feel like you, me, and Josh were all very positive on Wolfwalkers.
Yeah.
That feels like it's kind of in.
That would be
Yeah, I think
1,000% a
Tenet-
better animated winner than the one we got.
I think Tenet
I
and
would agree.
Wolfwalkers are in.
Okay.
And then Dick Johnson is Dead rounds it out because we gave it director.
I think so.
No Quavada Saida.
I was going to say,
Oh,
like,
forget about
I really need
No
that.
Defy-
I need that movie in. Like,
Listen,
We're only going to do Delroy for Defy Bloods, and that's it. That
I'm not a
hurts.
huge Defy Bloods.
Well,
I like the performances in it, but
all right.
I'm good with
I think I would
Chloe
lean
or
towards
Dick
Dick Johnson.
Okay,
That's
I'm
fine.
good with Dick.
This hurts.
Either way.
This
Sorry.
hurts.
it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Like,
Quo finishes 9th if that makes you feel better than Dan.
It doesn't make me feel better.
Just misses. It would make it. It would make it.
It would make the lineup better than what it is, though. So what? So wait. Dick Johnson is
Wolfwalkers.
Yeah.
Wolfwalker,
Dick Johnson.
Tenet, and
Dick Johnson is
Dick
dead.
Johnson is dead. Okay. Those films go along with
That's a better
Nomadland,
lineup than we got.
The Father, Minari, Promising Young Woman, and Sound of Metal. So close. I was so close. All right. So what are we giving Best Picture to? Mark, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna go last.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Well, Mark's going last, evidently. Josh, what about you? Josh, I want to go last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll go first.
Okay. thank you, Josh.
I am just going to stick with what was my number 1 movie of the year, and that is Nomadland.
Nomadland. Josh, Nomadland, it's aged well for you since?
Yeah, I mean, it is a movie that is about, that kind of isolation that you feel. And I know that felt very prevalent in 2020, but I don't think that is something that has gone away at all. And in fact, I mean, judging by how kind of rough the economy is right now, might be a feeling that is going to creep back up. And I find it to still have a lot of emotional power, even outside of the year that it came out in.
Yeah. Oh, totally agree. Dan Bear.
yeah.
Your
Well, I will admit there is part of me that is tempted just because, Ryan, to say that my pick is Promising Young Woman.
Oh, it's not where I thought you were going to go.
I won't do that because
It's not a bad pick. I'm just saying.
it was actually like right behind my actual pick in terms of this lineup. But The Father for me is just such a special movie, and I can't even think about it without starting to get emotional. And it was my number 3 of the year, so highest ranked in this lineup.
What was your number 1?
Quo Saida.
Okay, I should have picked up on that, I guess.
Okay. Well, Mark's going last, so I have to go now. This is very tough. Because while it was not going to be, while it's not the highest ranked, I don't do that stuff sometimes when I do Best Picture. Dan and Josh know sometimes I like to go with what I think best represents the year, right, Josh? Sometimes I like to go with what best represents the time. I think that's what some Academy voters do as well, with also being a movie that I actually like as well. So it has to flow. I'm not just going to vote for a movie because of a narrative. I like to also like that film as well, too.
Ideally.
Ideally. Yeah. God, I hope so. When I'd like to put that on and be proud of the vote. So if we were going to get it in here, I actually was going to say Da 5 Bloods. I think that is a movie that would, for me at least, fit the bill for
So you and NBR.
me and the National Board of Review got it right. It was
Ryan
my number
McQuaide,
one of the
secret
year.
National Board of Review member. You heard it here first.
I think, yeah. Oh my God. Imagine if I was on that organization. I'd have some thoughts for what they vote for. Anyway, but I also think it goes well with the 1-2 tandem of what Spike's doing with David Byrne in American Utopia, which I think is like a movie that says profoundly a lot about where we're at, and the need to want to get back to, a country that's less divisive. But then I think a lot about where we were at in 2021. And I think a lot about our isolation, our sense of, are we ever going to be able to get out of our current situation? And there were two films that year that made me feel that like I felt as claustrophobic as I did when we were just trapped in rooms, or when I had COVID in December that year. And that was Nomadland and The Father. They are in my top 12 of the year. They are not films that like Tenet made me want to just like take a rocket ship to the fucking moon. Like I was ready to go. Like, but that's just how Nolan.
We had a chance, Ryan.
We had a chance, buddy. We had a chance, and it's okay.
You blew it.
It's okay. I know, but I am going to go, and I still believe it is a great film, and it is the proper winner of 2021's Oscars, and that is Nomadland. And I'm going to stick it there.
I will vote for The Father.
I knew you were going to do it.
Because I think Nomadland is
tiebreakers.
Yeah, I know you. I know you and your damn.
I had one mission today. I had one mission.
But I think that Nomadland's a really special, special film. And so Mark's going to be a
Father
dick.
was such a special, important movie. I'll go The Father.
You're so full of shit, Mark.
You could have said Tenet, goddammit. The hell?
Not a film I would consider for Best Picture. Film I would consider to nominate, but not to. No, and I understand understand, Mark, what you're doing, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. But Tenet, like
tiebreakers. Come on, let's go tiebreakers.
I know what's coming in 23 now along the horizon, so there's no need to like full on award Christopher Nolan, because
what's your tiebreaker? Let's go. Let's
so
get to it. I want to.
My tiebreaker.
What happens here?
Well, what's your tiebreaker, buddy?
Yep.
And you're not going last this time. What's your tiebreaker?
What do you guys like other than that? Sound of Metal.
Sound of Metal. Okay. Josh? You had a runner-up?
I do have a runner-up, which was, Nomadland was my number one. My number two of the year was The Father.
Okay. Dan?
Well, that's good, actually.
Promising Young Woman, baby.
My runner-up would be, I'm just looking at the film. Dick Johnson Is Dead. That would be because it's our nominee, right?
Yeah.
The Father ends it though with Josh's vote.
Yeah, because The Father was my runner-up. So
yeah,
that's true.
This is your fault, Josh. We could have kicked it out.
But like I said, like
Nomadland haters, Nomadland haters hive rise.
It's a number 2 movie of the year.
It's the number 2 movie. It's like technically by the vote, it's number 2.
Like, I'm not mad about that either because it was my second favorite film of the year. So it's like,
either way, Josh wins. Like,
yeah, I'm actually good.
Josh
It's fine. And that movie also has,
see?
actor and screenplay. So like, it's a good package for it, honestly.
It's really a great package. Honestly.
Great.
And we didn't give Nomadland anything here anyway. So actually, from what we've been doing today, it actually makes sense for the father to win.
It does.
Makes total sense.
And I did, and yeah, like the father was right up there. I just forgot about Dick Johnson's death. I probably should have just voted for that. But then the father would have won anyway. Our winners for the year 2020, the 2021 ceremony. Adapted screenplay was The Father. Original screenplay was Minari. Best supporting actor was Paul Raci for Sound of Metal. Best supporting actress was Yoon Jun-yoon for Minari. But wow, we gave 2 to Minari. I didn't realize that. Best actor to Anthony Hopkins for The Father, as it should be. Best actress to Nicole Beharie for Miss Juneteenth. A very great pick, only to be upended by an even better pick. Best director for Christian Johnson for Dick Johnson is Dead. And our best picture winner is Florian Zeller's The Father. Wonderful.
I like those winners.
I
think
do
that's pretty
too.
cool.
Great.
In a couple of years' time,
Upgrade.
a couple of years' time, those father wins are going to age real well.
Okay, like look, I understand. Yes, The Son is terrible. It is, but that does not take away from the great achievement of The Father. I think that movie is still an incredible piece of cinematic storytelling.
And honestly, like, giving the director prize to Kristen Johnston, that is the coolest thing. That every time you say that, I'm like, God damn, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. We did a good job. I'm really proud of us today.
You seem so excited. Yeah.
Well, I'm just excited we kept promising young women in over Defy Bloods. It's my only issue today.
It's called compromise. Like, that's what it is.
God
Like,
damn.
we got
Listen, I wanted to just
nominations
boy
and
state
feel that
this
she
and get that in. And I couldn't do it. I didn't have.
Well,
the
you're in
swing
Texas. You're big fans of gerrymandering.
come on.
So.
I'm more in favor of the California version of gerrymandering than the state. Thank you very much, Josh. And with that, Josh, can you tell everybody where they can find you and all your work on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at JR Parham, and you can find my work at Next Best Picture and AwardsWatch.
Mark Johnson.
You can find me on the socials at Mark Likes Movies and at AwardsWatch.
Mark, did you enjoy doing this with us today, even though it wasn't a year that you loved? Okay.
It's a year I hate, but it was still a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.
Will you come back on more in the new year, Mark?
I will. I would love to come back all the time. So
Okay.
anytime you need somebody.
You know
Get you a year that you actually like to talk about.
Mark, there's this thing. It's called a sheet, and you sign up for the podcast you want to, and then
I'm on there a few times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you'll be on. I think again next week,
I think so.
and
You
you'll be
guys
on
did
the end of the year.
2016.
Did we do
You
2016?
did 2016 yet?
No, that'll be
next year.
That'll be next
year.
Yeah.
You excited? Yeah.
I won't be on that.
You want to be on that
Daniel, look at Daniel's
background?
whatever that's called. There, yeah, I think Daniel and I both need to be on that one.
I think
I need to be on there too.
I think
All right.
I think we're gonna be busy. I think we're gonna have a very crowded
That's
room
a
that
very
day.
good year, though. Like,
You know what?
That is
I think
so
I'll bring.
tough year.
I think I'll get
So
Eric
good.
on that episode.
Oh,
What do you think,
God.
Josh?
Sure, that's-
What do you think, Josh?
and if it's the same outcome, I'm not going to be upset because that's
No, but
such
it would be a
year
good.
that we're-
It'll be a good time. It'll be 10 years since that
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy fucking night. Yeah, indeed. Dan, same drill. Where
Yeah.
they can find you and all your work on.
You can find me on Twitter at Dance and Dan on Film, and on Letterboxd and Blue Sky at Dance and Dan.
You can find my work here at awardswatch.com. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky at Ryan McQuade 77. If you like podcasts, we have the Director Watch podcast. We are wrapping up our Claire Denis movie series this week with her film High Life. We're talking about the sex box, and our good friend and colleague here, Karen Peterson, is on that episode with us.
Oh, awesome.
And so we were talking about that. And then next week, well, you'll just have to listen to that episode to know exactly what the next series is. These guys know what it is, but I'm not telling you all. You have to go listen to that episode later this week to find out. iTunes, Spotify, 5-star reviews. We greatly appreciate it. While you're over on the website, please sign up for the newsletter. It's the best place to get all our news, reviews, interviews, podcasts sent to you all in one place. Next week, we will be back. I think Mark will be with me. I think Cody's going to be on that episode as well. Somebody else will be on that episode. We're talking Big Jim. We're talking Avatar, Fire, and Ash. We're talking about that silly, big fucking movie next week. Really excited. It'll just be a normal review episode, probably about an hour long, folks, because I can already tell you this. We have a end of the year episode, our annual end of the year episode, and it might be 2 episodes because we have, at this point, 9 to 10 films that everyone's going to want to talk about. Those are always usually very long episodes. 9 to 10 films would probably be about 5-hour podcasts. So for your listening habits over the holiday season, we will split that most likely into 2 places. So, and that'll be a lot of fun to always do that with everybody here as well as everybody else on the website. Thank you all so much for listening. And it was a great year, retrospectives. We're going to bring this back. We always do it. But the clock restarts. The Oppenheimer was used. The clock resets. We'll be back next year to talk about more of these. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you all next time.